Hey y'all, what's good? Mm-mm-mm. Hold on a second. Whew. Of course, I just ate dinner. I have to be good and full to do this, okay? I can't be sitting here shaking and shivering because my blood sugar is low. How is everybody doing? Can y'all hear me? What I need everybody to do is, I'm so sorry, I'm chewing this cookie. Let me finish. Hold on. Okay. I need everybody to do something for me. I got a comment earlier that I laugh too much, I interrupt the videos too much, and there's other kind of nonsense taking place. And I need to let the video play. So what I want y'all to do is if you are on a phone, I want you to open up that little chat section there, and I want you to look for the laughing emoji. And I want y'all to light my comment section up with the laughter emojis, if you will, because I will not stop laughing. And I hope you're watching, troll. Okay. Matter of fact, I turned my microphone up as loud as it can go so that I can make sure it amplifies my laughter. Okay. Like, how do you get mad at somebody laughing? Furthermore, how do you think you can come over here and tell me how to run my channel? You can always look, YouTube is free. Here's two options for you. Okay. Number one, you can look for another channel that's just going to play videos without talking, such as law and crime, maybe a little court TV, or here's another option. You can start your own channel and then maybe mirror your um, computer so that you can watch the videos uh, on your own. Or if you are really annoyed by the sound of my voice and how vibrant my spirit is, you can go up to where it says the channel name and there are three dots. You can click that and then it won't recommend my channel to you. And then you won't be bothered by my laughter. Okay. Now, normally, I don't really address trolls like that because I don't give a damn, right? We don't care. But today I feel petty, so I'm going to address it. Okay. Now, if you choose to stay, I am going to be doing a lot of laughing. And that's just how that goes. Okay. Anyway, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? What y'all have for dinner tonight? My daughter is an aspiring chef. I cannot talk. She's an aspiring chef. And she made a lasagna tonight and it was delicious. And she even makes her own homemade garlic bread. It was so good. I am nice and full and juicy right now. Let's see who is here. Dog mom, I dropped the link, boo. So click it whenever you're ready and come on up. Nancy, thank you so much for becoming a member. We're gonna start member streams in January if anybody is interested. Um, I did give a brief overview over that, and I'm not gonna talk about it each time because I'm not one of those people that's always on here like, oh my god, join my channel and run my likes up and all that. You guys know YouTube well. If you want to do that, you can. If you don't, that's cool too. But if you are a member, we're going to do case studies every month. We're going to try to do two a month where I choose a case, I give you the case law, and we'll approach it as a paralegal. So we'll look at, what the person could be charged with and different statutes and how to draft documents, just, a good old time with that type of thing. So if you like stuff like that, that may benefit you. I did not add tiers. That's ridiculous to me. It's just one flat rate or whatever. I don't even know what else comes with that because I'm not really into that like that. But if you want to do it, you can. If not, it's cool too. We're gonna be here either way. Hey Monica girl, how you doing? Hey Sherry, I'm glad to see you. Dog mom. I'm happy that you're here too. I hope so as well. It's a beautiful thing to be alive. We don't have time for that foolishness, right? Hey Maddie. We don't have time for it. Hey Maya, you at work, girl? How was your day? Oh, is that German for a good evening? Spaghetti. You know what? I might make a spaghetti maybe sometime next week because I'm all for meals that stretch, right? So yes, I'm all for spaghetti. That lasagna should last us like 2 more nights, and then I'll do something else. Maybe I'll make like a roast or something in the crock pot. Oh man. Hey Joanna, how you doing, girl? How you doing? Okay. That's what we come here to do. I don't know what's wrong with people. Look, I told y'all last night, some people just want to have something to say. And there are times where I am super petty and I will address it. And there are other times where I don't care. I still don't care. But sometimes it's important to give the haters what they need. And we all need haters, right? Because haters will elevate us to where we need to be. So hey, hey, ambitious, how you doing? Thank you. We had a time on last night, didn't we? Did we not? We kicked it for so long. Did y'all sleep well last night? I don't think I finally fell asleep till after 2, but I did rest better than the night before. So, hey, Tim, how you doing? Thank you, love. Thank you. Oh my God, we had such a good time. We really did. Okay. Okay, like, how you gonna be mad at me because I love my life? I love my life. Like, my goodness. And furthermore, like, come on, we're talking about Darrell Brooks. Has this trial not been available for an entire year on all platforms with or without people doing commentary? Why y'all attacking me so hard? Thank you, Sherry. I ain't studying y'all. I ain't studying y'all. All right, let's see where we at. I had cake for dinner. What you mean? Well, what kind of cake was it? Because I ain't here to judge you, okay? Because listen, sometimes you just need a little something when you in your feelings. Is that what's going on? That's what you're telling me. Come on up here, girl, dog mom. Come on. Oh, chicken tacos. That sounds good too. We eat a lot of tacos, but I haven't had chicken tacos in a while. Hey, Jeff. Thank you. Hey, dog mom. I'm just doing my little roll call. Hold on. Yes, dog mom got the tea. Oh, yes, homemade bread with some butter. Oh,
Hollywood.
okay. I'm almost done. Hold on. I know that's right. And relax. I might go tip upstairs and give me some wine. Good to see you. So yeah. Okay. All right, dog mom. What's up, girl? What's going on? Dog mom, can you hear me? Where'd she go, y'all? Girl, what's going on? Maybe she had to press mute or something. Well, in the meantime, we oh, there she is. Dog mom, you okay?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I'm like, what's going on?
I had my dog out to go to the bathroom, so I had to
Oh,
lose connection for a few minutes.
okay, what's going on?
How are you, my friend? How is this wonderful chat?
I am doing amazing. And that's about
This
it.
chat is amazing, and I have a little bit of information about our illustrious Mr. Superintelligent DB,
Oh, well, yes,
and
please.
I'm going to spill the tea.
Okay, I'm
Okay, here's the
ready.
deal. Here's the deal with him. He is, I guess, no longer allowed. I don't know if everybody knows this, to represent himself because of his interrogation with Erica. I mean, his intimidation with Erica.
Mhm.
But his mama, I guess, wrote to the courts claiming that she caused all of the problems. That she was the one who said he ran over her and then retracted it, and that's why there really isn't a case.
Ooh,
Yes, his trifling bald-headed mama.
that bald-headed. Wait, do you have the letter? Oh, dog, mom, this ain't the time to be losing the connection now.
Oh no, are we still there?
Okay, we here. Do you have a letter?
Oh well, yeah. I mean, I heard it through. They have one of those links you can link on to find out about the streaming. And because there was no streaming, the reason they set up the reason why, he was no longer allowed to represent himself because of the intimidation charges. And then along with, how you said about along with the letters that she wrote to the victims' families,
Hmm.
that's also one that she sent out about this, and she said so-called hit, Erica, which he never did, she said. And that's why it was retracted. Yes. So she's still out there fighting for this loser baby.
I
This,
just why?
and
What reason would Erica have to lie?
what reason would anybody who even saw it have to lie?
Right.
With this nasty ass, exhumed corpse teeth bastard. I'm sorry to say that.
Uh huh.
And she's defending him.
Oh, hold on. Let me check these comments. What they talking about? Hey, Elizabeth. Maya, do you know my mouth is under the floor right now? Isn't there a video proof? So here's the thing with Wisconsin. When you look up the court records, it does not tell you in detail what's available. So,
No,
like,
you're right. It absolutely does not.
right,
It does not. I looked it up too.
you have to call the clerk of courts and see if they will give you anything that's in the discovery. But since this is a pending trial, they won't release any evidence to us right now. So even if there is video, they can't
Right.
tell us if it is or isn't. It's just going to be sealed into the trial. However,
Exactly.
I'm left to assume though that there is video considering the fact that this took place at a gas station.
Oh, well, there's proof. I mean, there's proof of it, but being that she's still out there doing all of this stuff for
Mhm.
him, I mean, there is no shame in either one of them. None. She could care less about anything that happens to Erica, to her so-called grandchildren. She doesn't care. She's
No.
all about him.
Oh my goodness.
And the most disgusting part about it is she will claim his innocence until her dying day.
She
And that is why
will.
he is where he is. Yes.
I will
Yes.
never for the life of me understand. I can't understand it.
No. No. And here's the thing. She has been shown time and time and time again of the evil in him, but she will not, absolutely not admit to anything, say anything, or even offer apologies to anyone. It's all about him being the victim in her
Right.
eyes. Still. Mm-hmm.
Well, I know a lot of
Yes.
people were saying that they didn't see the need for this trial, but I do. And it's not
Oh, so do I.
because he's gonna get more time. We're not worried about that. It's the fact that Erica excuse me, Erica deserves justice just like anybody else.
It, I was just going to say that she deserves the justice and her to be, validated that she has suffered from him at his hands for all of these years. She deserves that. She has
Yes.
been his victim for so many years. She was 15
Mhm.
and he has victimized her all of these years. She deserves this. She
Yes.
truly does. And here his trifling, bald headed mama is
Mhm.
trying to take it away from her yet again.
What is
And
wrong?
I always will say that the judge gave her no justice. She did not. Just allowing him to re victimize her always truly offended me. She could have stopped a lot of what went on, but she didn't.
Well, see, you talking
And
about
that's
with
just
the
me.
Waukesha trial?
Yes, yes.
See,
When she
I
was up there on the stand.
right.
Hmm.
I felt that they should have I said this before, they should have let her just maybe do a deposition and just keep it under seal and just have it read into the record for the purposes of the trial, or just have her, they could have taken his questions and just had someone else, another officer of the court, get the answers from her, read it into the record, and that's that. They did not protect her whatsoever. And the fact,
No,
and also, I really feel that Milwaukee, seeing as though they have, and I'm gonna read it tonight too, since they have proof that Dawn, orchestrated, um, him, intimidating and victimizing her further, they should have, put an order of protection in place so that Dawn cannot intimidate her in any type of way, because Erica said that she's seen Dawn on the street and she's been nasty to her.
oh yes. Oh yeah. Oh, I watched that with her. And oh, I want to tell you nothing about the dreadlocks with his hair.
Okay.
And I want to state this too. Now, this what I heard today as far as spilling the tea and this letter, it has not been confirmed by any like news station or anything that's reputable, but I'm just telling you the information that I got. So I just want to state that.
Okay.
So, yeah, okay. But Erica said that when he went to the dollar store to get his dreadlocks, he got one set that were long and he mistakenly got a set that was shorter, but he still used it. And that's why the parts on his forehead are not on the set of his head are so short. Oh, yes.
Wait a
I know,
minute.
yeah, great. Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
please. It's too early. Please wait a minute. And I don't know if I put waterproof mascara on a day. Wait.
Yeah, so that's what's going on with those fake
Wait.
ass dreads.
Did he
Yeah.
really get them from the Dollar Tree?
Yes, she said he got them from the Dollar Tree. And
Oh,
when he came back with
no.
them, he got a set of long ones and a set of short ones, but he still used them. So that's why they stick up like alfalfa. That is exactly
Oh
why.
my
Yeah,
gosh. But wait, the front was
that's
like
it.
a bang, and then it was like short, then long.
Right. That's why he just stuck those short ones in wherever he could.
Oh, Jesus. Help us. Oh, help us. So Sherry said
Oh,
Erica
yeah.
should
Oh,
have
yeah.
had the boot on the leg there. Right? She did. She did.
Oh,
See?
yeah.
Oh, hold on,
Oh,
hold
yeah.
on.
She spilled the tea on him about a lot of things, but
She
that one was the funniest. That was the best. That was one of the best. And about, the TV being plugged into his mom's house and all that stuff. And that,
right.
yeah. But the dreadlock thing, everybody's wondering what's going on with his dreadlocks. That was it.
Oh,
That he got two different sets, a short set and a long set.
I'm so
Yeah.
over it. I can't.
I think there was something else you asked about. I can't remember what it is, but I do remember hearing her. If you can remember it, it'd be great, my friend, if you could let me know what that was, because I remember her stating a lot of crazy stuff that he did that nobody knew about. Well, you do know that she was cleaning like different apartments and different hotel rooms. And the money that she would bring home, he would take
Mhm.
and make her sleep in a tent in the backyard. Did you know that?
Yes, I heard that, and
Yeah.
then they got the
Mm-hmm.
car. So,
Yeah.
let me finish doing this roll call real quick. Hold on. Hey, Elizabeth, girl, thank you for joining. Let's see who am I seeing. Well, she did blame her for bailing him out. She said Erica told her the accident wasn't that bad, so I'm not surprised. I'm gonna getting ready to read that transcript. In fact, I'm still gonna play the 50-minute video, but I want to read all of the criminal complaints and um the transcript because a couple of people actually asked me about that. So we're gonna start with that. Hey Shy, I heard there was a video too. I think Erica said it.
Oh yeah, there was a video. You're absolutely right. Yes, there was.
They should tag 10 years of
Yes.
persistence for every letter she writes. So she's written 3. So this is number 4. Hey, Jason.
And the problem that happened with this whole thing is when he tried calling her 37 times and she never answered, the
Mhm.
judge put a lockdown on him calling her. He's not allowed to call her. He hasn't been allowed to call her.
Good.
But, oh, I agree. I agree. But when he went in and he was making all those, oh, we're going to set this back and set that back, that's because he tried so hard to represent himself again. And that's when the court came up and said, no, 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 no. You have intimidation charges against you. So that is why he will never be able to represent himself against her ever because of those charges.
Because
So
of the
he can't
intimidation.
represent himself. Yeah, he can't represent himself against her. Never. He'll have to have an attorney. So,
Right.
which means, thank God, he can't cross-examinate her. Yeah. All of a suddenly, yeah, yeah.
Like I said, and that's why he's the way he is. Yep. Let me see, Maya, you know what? Maybe I told y'all she ain't scared. She's not scared of him.
No,
Because
she's not scared of him at all.
no, if you were
No.
scared, you
Mm-mm.
wouldn't be doing all of that. Like listen, I know she's probably hurting. That's just the human nature. You're gonna hurt for your children, but that doesn't mean excuse their behavior, right? He's somewhere where he
Oh,
needs,
exactly.
and so to me, you're not afraid because you wouldn't be trying to get him out, right?
And the thing is she is standing up against him. It's like the Stockholm syndrome, but
Mhm.
she is standing up against him, standing proud, taking and reclaiming her life against him. And he can't handle that.
No,
That is why I believe the only reason he wanted to represent himself is so that he could get at her.
yeah,
Truly, because he kept wanting to get her up on that stand and harass her and belittle her and berate her. That is all he wanted. That's the only reason I believe he wanted to represent himself.
yeah, yeah.
Well,
Hey,
that
Boston.
and his soft sit bull crap, but other than that,
Right.
yeah,
Let's see.
you
Maddie
know,
said,
and
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, just gonna say, and the problem with this all is that she was so young. She was so intimidated by him.
Hmm.
And the filthy videos he made about pimping her out and the nasty stuff he did to her,
Right.
I think she's the bravest soul around to come out of that with her head held high.
That's how I feel too. I wish people would leave her alone. There's still so many people
Me
harassing
too.
her for no reason. I applaud her so much, and to still be so young. Like, she could have easily just offed herself, got on drugs, anything. And the fact that you're in a totally different state, she don't know anybody there. And you still get up
No.
every day, go to work. You're not complaining about anything. You're doing the best you can with what you have, in spite
And
of.
isn't that what groomers do? Isn't that what that type of personality person does? They separate you from any connection to
Hmm.
people who will help you and people who will connect with you.
Hmm.
That's what they don't want. They want to separate you from that so that they've got total control over you. And that is exactly what he did. And she was young. And there she was, like stuck alone with him. And his mother, she just enabled him to, humiliate her.
Hmm.
His mother was the biggest contributor to all of the evilness that he ever, everything. That mother, I have absolutely no respect for her whatsoever. I have none, none,
Mhm. Me too.
none.
Me too. Let's see. Maddie said just reinforcing that she played a big role in why he is. Oh, I think I read that. Hey Terry, you okay? We just we're discussing Darrell's bald headed mama. She does now. You
She
know
does
what?
need to go to jail.
In this case,
All eyes
she
on me.
does.
She does.
Now,
She
but this
does.
would be so. I need to look up. the law. We need to look up the laws, friend, and see what this would be. Would this be? It's not tampering.
It's well,
Obstruction.
it's not, I can't say it's tampering with evidence because like she really didn't. She didn't do anything. She didn't touch anything. She didn't move anything. But she, in some sense, I think, like kept the truth back from what could be said because she knows that Erica was hurt. She knows that whole situation. She knows the abuse that Erica took. So in a lot of ways, it should be held for withholding evidence in a sense. I know it'd be hard to prove, but in a lot of ways she did because she never came forward to say what she knew.
Mm-hmm.
And she should be responsible for that because she knew what happened, but she
If
didn't do it.
if they subpoena her to testify, she doesn't have a choice unless she wants to go to jail.
Exactly. That's exactly
So,
it. And that's why I wish that either the prosecution would have subpoenaed her. I really wish they would have. But then again, the judge, I mean, I don't know what her love affair was and her constant, leniency with him was. Because sometimes, I know it's not a popular opinion, but
right.
she truly need to step back a little bit with her, like, constant leniency with him. I don't know if she felt sorry for him or she just wanted to help him. I don't know what it was, but she was over the top with the way she was with him. I know it's not popular. People don't like it. But if she was afraid of any appeal, it wasn't there. Not with the rolling of the eyes and making the, victims feel bad. That had nothing to do with it. Appeal goes strictly off of whether or not the law was met and upheld. It has
Right.
nothing to do with how she treated him. Nothing at all.
Exactly. Exactly. I
Mm-hmm.
keep saying that, but it's just like, you know.
I agree. See, and that's what I mean. I agree with you because nobody gets it. They're like, "Oh no, she did that, all that for appellate purposes." No, no, she didn't. In my opinion, she did because she knew she was going to run for the Supreme Court of Wisconsin. So
Yeah.
she wanted to appear sympathetic, empathetic, and like the good one, the one who tried to help. But that wasn't right. In the
Mhm.
face of the victims and the witnesses, she
Mhm.
was wrong. She was truly wrong in allowing him to get away with everything he got away with. And the way she would coddle him, and then she would reprimand the prosecution for things and allow him to get away with things that were completely abhorrent. Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm sorry, but coming from a law standpoint, there are a lot of things I don't respect with her. A lot.
I feel the same way too. I think she's a good judge, but I just don't, like you said, I don't like the way that she let him get away with things and be disrespectful and talk over her. And even this
Mm-hmm.
50-minute rant we're getting ready to watch, I know a lot of people were like, "Oh, well, she was just letting him hang himself." She doesn't have to let him
No,
do
that
that.
wasn't it. No, she doesn't. Right. You're right. She doesn't.
She doesn't have to
No,
allow
my
him to
friend, she
do
does
that.
not.
Like, the evidence
No,
itself is enough to hang himself. So, no, that wasn't it either. But it's just,
no, it
like I
wasn't
said,
it.
I've learned to just let people have the opinions that they have, but I just, I just think that 1 or 2 people had commented, not on my channel, but just overall about, "Oh, well, she's doing this for the sake of an appeal," and people ran with that. And so,
I
it's like
agree. I agree.
you don't know better, you're gonna think that. It's just like you said, it's unpopular opinion for us to feel the way we feel, but we're a little bit more well versed in the law. So we just know, different things
That's
that
right.
people wouldn't know. So it's not, disrespect to you guys or anybody else that will listen. It's just that all of that, it doesn't take all of that to prevent anybody from a mistrial or an appeal or anything like that because there's certain steps that you have to take anyway. And so, like I
Not
said,
at
her
all.
over
Right.
explaining something, the court of appeals is not going to look at the transcripts and say, "Oh, well, she didn't thoroughly
Right.
explain subject matter jurisdiction. Unhand that man and release him back to the streets of Milwaukee." That's not how
Exactly.
it's
Or
gonna
oh my
go.
God, he rolled his eyes, but she let him in the court. Like the whole thing that bothered me the most is that she never once ever reprimanded him for his behavior in front of those witnesses during during their victim witness statements.
Mhm.
She could have done so much with that.
And
She let him go to the extent of being like humiliating those poor witnesses and those poor victims. He just re-traumatized him, and she never stepped in.
right,
Never.
and see,
She let him be a fool and humiliate them and upset them. She never did anything. That's where she was wrong.
and he
And
wasn't
that's what bothered me
representing
the most.
yes, and he wasn't representing himself anymore, so
No,
she could have bound, right,
thank you.
and gagged him,
Yes.
put a spit ma she coulda put made him be strapped down to a wheelchair. She could have done all of that. He wasn't representing
Right,
himself,
because
and
the jury wasn't there any longer.
mhm,
The
look
jury
at
was
how
not there. This
emotional
was sentencing.
mhm,
This was sentencing.
mhm,
This was the victim impact statements.
mhm,
She did not have to sit there and act like, oh, I'm going to. No, she let him get away with that at the victim's expense. But nobody wants to look at it like that.
no,
Everybody thinks what she did was for some purpose, and it wasn't. It was for the greater good of her. I'm sorry to say this, but that's what it amounts to. Because she did not need to leave him be so disrespectful through the entire case. She should have stood up to him, but she wouldn't, and she didn't. And actually, if you ask me, she should be held on something because she had absolutely no right in this world to allow the filth and the vulgarity that came out of his mouth when it came to those victims.
right,
That's how I feel. That's just how I feel.
mhm,
And I'm very against everything she's done. When she yelled at, like, yeah, how about when she yelled at Carpenter when he was explaining how he lied? She wouldn't even let him get through that.
right,
She would not allow him to get through how Darrell lied. She would not let him do it. No, she stopped him.
mhm,
She stopped anybody who would give any type of credit to the fact that he's a lying, you know what,
right,
SOB. She
right,
stopped, put the brakes on every single time.
mhm,
And he could humiliate everybody. He could do nasty and say all of it, and she just let it go. And her continually to argue with him and explain things to him was unnecessary, completely unnecessary. But
mhm.
unless you're in law, you don't see that. You think everything she's doing is all for the greater good of, and him not getting an appeal. Nah, that's not what it was.
And I mean, you know what? Honestly, it's okay for people to think that if that's what they want to believe. So we're not on here trying to make anybody
No,
feel
I
bad for
agree.
how they feel, but it's just
No,
my opinion will set remain the same. It does it. I'm not gonna go all into that. I did last night, but
I'm sorry. I'm just going to state
no,
this. This
okay,
is my opinion only from my view of being in law for 20 plus years and knowing what I know. This
mhm,
is just my opinion. Nobody has to adopt my opinion. Nobody has to accept my opinion. This is just the way that I feel and how I view this. And the more and more I watch it, the more and more I see a lot of problems with what she did.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
all.
All right, let me read a couple comments. So it says, "Did you hear his bald-headed mama was calling Congressman
Yeah.
PC saying he didn't get a fair trial?" I heard that.
Oh, yes. Yep, me too. I heard that. Oh, yeah. She's been writing to everybody. She writes to the laundry people. She writes to people down, like scrubbing the floors, the janitor. She writes to everybody. She
Uh-huh.
writes to everybody.
Oh,
Hmm.
hey, people. Hey, love. Oh, that's on me talking about. Erica thought he was a blood gamer, so she was truly afraid. Yes, you hear how afraid she was when they told her that Darrell was arrested? Even though he was arrested and wasn't getting out, she was so afraid of the aftermath.
Yes,
Remember? Oh my gosh.
she was. Because he told her, you know what I can do. I can get my people,
Mhm.
and you know what I'll do to you. You got to call those people. And that letter said, I know what you are. I know what you can achieve, but you got to call those people. And then
Mhm.
he threatened her that if she didn't, then he could call them and they would kill her. Well,
Mhm.
I'm sorry, I don't want to say it on YouTube, but that they would, you know,
Unalive
you
her.
know, unalive her. Thank you. I'm sorry, unalive her. And that's why she was so scared for years.
Yeah. Hey, John. Now, Fee, we
Hey,
we don't
John.
we don't know if she was afraid because I know you came in the back door late, but we found out that Dawn or has written the new judge a letter basically saying that Erica is lying and that she recanted her story and that the incident never took place. So we don't believe that she's afraid of him because if she was, she would not be going hard trying to uh, have the judge sway in another direction. So I'm not too sure
Right. And
about
like I
that.
said, I don't have verified proof of this,
Hmm.
but I got this from a source. So I can't say it's verified, but this is, so I'm not saying that this is, gospel, but
Right,
I did get it from a source. So we'll wait and see what happens. Hopefully it's true. If it isn't, I apologize to all of you, but
right.
I did get this from a source. So,
Maya, I do
and you know what?
believe
I want
that
to say
she.
this.
Okay.
I'm gonna say this. I love you, girl. You are wonderful. Your laugh is wonderful. It's refreshing. It's great, and I enjoy it. And this chat is probably the best chat I have ever been a part of. So thank you all.
Oh, thank you, dog mom. I love you too. You are so sweet to me. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're wonderful. I found your channel and I just thought you were great. Your laugh is just so like invigorating and sweet and pure. So I love this. I love your channel. I love it. And
Oh,
that's why
thank
I've
you.
never talked on the other channel because I don't really want to come out and say that I'm a paralegal. I don't want people to know that because right away they want to like jump on me about things. But
Right.
since you're going through it and I have already been through it for 20 plus years, I just wanted to add my thoughts with yours, and we agree on a lot of things. A lot of
Yes.
things.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Okay, Maya girl.
You're
I
welcome.
do. Huh?
You are welcome, and I'm going to let you enjoy your rest of your channel. I
Okay.
love this chat. Thank you again. I don't want to interrupt your whole night. I don't want to take over,
Okay.
but I enjoyed this, and this was wonderful. And if you ever want to do it again, just let me know.
Okay. You gonna be in the comments or you leaving?
Oh no, I'm going to be in the comments. I love all of you, so I will definitely be here.
Okay. All right. Good to talk to
Okay.
you.
Good to talk to you, dear. Bye, everybody.
Maya, I do feel like she did try to make it fair and he did definitely take advantage of her. But what I don't appreciate is that when he did take advantage of her, she allowed it. Yes. I never heard that, Sherry, but I doubt the feds did anything in this case unless it hits the state. What y'all talking about? What I miss? I don't know. I'm trying to catch up with the comments. Yeah. John, I want to let you know that I don't consent to you missing my live last night. Now I know you was on painkillers the other night or whatever, and I hope you're doing well. And I'm glad to see you, but I just want to let you know that. Okay. I don't consent to that. I don't. Not the root sticking up from the ground, Lord. Did we miss John Yon? She was scared. She even said it once. So to keep down confusion with him, she let him run amok. All right. Fee is not gonna play with us tonight. I hope y'all understand that. Fee has been my ride or die for real, for real. She was one of my first 10 subscribers. Okay. And I tell y'all all the time she don't play about me and she ain't playing with none of y'all either. So do not be in here giving Darrell Brooks no grace because she gonna let you have it. Oh, hello. Is it Pips K? Hello, how are you? Welcome. Are you new here? Good to see you. What? She should have let Cap get that lie off. What you talking about? Why am I so confused? She should have let the cat get that lie off. Lord, I don't know what y'all talking about. When I watched the trial in real time, I never realized how much leeway she gave Darrell Brooks. It wasn't until I rewatched it several times over. Yes, he did. Yes. and it got increasingly worse every day, right? Because when you watch something for the first time, you listen to something for the first time, you don't see everything, especially given the fact that how, how crazy his performance was every day. So we're all taken aback by that. So you can't really pay attention to what you need to pay attention to. It's that second and third time when it's like, "Wait a minute," and then when you start to visit channels such as mine and some of the others, and they're breaking it down day by day, bit by bit, it's like, "Well, wait a minute, I didn't hear that, I don't remember that. Oh, that makes sense," and then when, people are able to get, like, court records and documents, and then they're piecing that with what you actually saw, it's a aha moment for sure. Yes, that was my friend dog mama Pierre. You don't have to be in law to feel that way. You don't have to be. You don't have to be, but I think a lot of people, just like I said, they one person maybe with some credibility and say something, and then everybody will run with it instead of just being free thinkers or maybe doing their own research or things of that nature. It just comes naturally for me because I am studying law. So that's all. I need for Don to explain to us how the trial wasn't fair because her son has mental illness. He didn't mean to hurt nobody. Okay. Furthermore, she reached out to Judge Darrell, telling Judge Darrell, he got mental illness. He don't know what he doing. And Judge Darrell said, shut your mouth. Yes, he do. And she let him represent himself anyway. Okay. Dawn says she want to curl up and die. Period. A fake one. Oh, hey, Sadie, Sadie. How you doing, love? You think she was scared? But what you scared of? He chained to the desk. Never in my life will I be afraid of someone that's chained to a desk. And I got these big back husky bailiffs in my courtroom. And she behind a bench. By the time he would have got his little butt up there, she could have ran off. You really think that, Fee? I don't believe you think that. You really think that? No ham sandwich slander will be allowed. Okay? Why did she write a letter to the judge when there's video evidence from the gas station? Because our listen, she just like her son. Our eyes really didn't see what we thought they saw. That's why. Oh, that's a lie. That's a lie. That wasn't really her son. Look, the person in the car had dreads, uneven dreads, shaggy dreads, right? With a beard that stood 5'9", 160 pounds. Her son ain't that. Good to see you, Shauna. Thank you, Jeff. Let me see. His mama is just as slow as him if this is true. He's already sentenced to 6 life sentences plus 900 years. What's another 5 to 10 years? Listen. Okay. Okay, tell him to run my likes up. Run my numbers up, y'all. I promise I don't say nothing, but I'm glad y'all got my back. Could y'all run my numbers up, please? Dewan. Is it Dewan? Or however you say it? Oh, you did say that. You did say that. I'm sorry, I forgot. I'm sorry, John. Did you have a good time? You did say that. I forgot. She don't play. We know, Fee, and look, I'm trying to read these comments as fast as I can because I know you ain't playing. Uh-oh, here goes Sherry. She said, I don't really think he was really scared. He was chained to the table like the dog he is. Roof. I think she wanted that on the record of of the stare. Wait, I think she wanted that on the record of the stare. What you mean? She just wanted it on the record that he was staring her down. Could be. Okay, Fee said, "Get my likes up." She ain't playing with y'all. She ain't playing. Okay. I meant to say Detective Carpenter, get that lie off. Sorry. It's okay. It's okay. She should have let him say what he needed to say. I ain't like her cutting him off like that. I ain't like that. Okay. Let's see. The more he talked, the deeper into the pile of guilt he went. Hmm. Getting that information about Zion Wood sure answers a lot of questions about why DB behaves the way he does. Yep. You think she was scared too, dog, mom? Okay. Not 48 times, Fee. And that's the feeling you got? You thought he was about to jump over the table and put the paws on her? Hey, she may have been scared. I don't know. I don't feel it, but she may have been. Hey, Debbie. Hey, Debbie. I didn't get to talk to you much last night. How did your concert go? I know you had to peace out early because you were tired. And we gonna keep watching it. Oh. It's a case study that will be used in many law classes. Absolutely. Yeah, poor little Darrell doesn't even remember driving through the parade, according to his mama. No, he don't remember that. He don't remember because you know what she say. He don't remember until you tell him when he has these episodes. Hey, Shonda, how you doing? I hope you enjoying your day off. Okay. I was every or is it I want everyone to know no matter what everybody can think and oh Lord, let me slow down. I want everyone to know no matter what everybody can think what they want and feel the way they want about the judge. Oh, we know nobody's taking offense to anything. You're good. Okay. When she let that slip that he made her scared, that was the truest statement spoken in the case. Okay. Okay. She actually believed that Erica, Marcus, and Stephanie did it. Yes. Yes. It ain't about the years, it's about the fact that him and his ma wanna put her they do. They wanna shut her up, and it's just so disgusting to me, and people wanna know why I can't stand her. This is why. This is why. Mhm. I appreciate you, sis. Thank you so much. I'm studying criminal law, John, if you're interested in what I'm studying. You think so? It may have been. It may have been. I ain't never paid any attention. Okay, girl. Are you a soprano? I don't think she was scared. It was theatrics for the record and live stream. Oh, you think Judge Dora was being theatrical? A woman of authority in her own territory facing an abuser chained to a table and surrounded by bailiffs saying she is scared is very disappointing, no matter the reason for saying it. Mm-mm. Ooh. Ooh. Hey, Kelly. All right, let's see what he's saying. Yeah, Don, he don't remember. He was just trying to change his appearance and leave town because he didn't remember what he did. Yeah, that seems plausible. Dawn. Mike. What's Mike? Thinking about going back to school for my do it. Yes, do it. I'm rooting for you. I want everybody to win. Do it. All right, y'all. I finally caught up with these comments. We are going to read these criminal complaints before we watch this 50-minute rant. And I need y'all to know I'm not here to play with y'all tonight. Y'all not gonna keep me up to no 2 o'clock in the morning tonight with Kiki and ha ha and hee hee. Okay. Y'all need to know that. Let me see some. Where my downloads at? Um, let me see. That's appeal, hearing, complaint. What's the first one I downloaded? Oh, that's a picture. Nope, I don't want that. That's another criminal. God, it's so many complaints. I don't know what to do. Where do I even start? That's the change of venue. All right, I think I'll start with this Milwaukee complaint. I'm sure you've heard it before, but go with it. Let me make sure. Can y'all hear me well and all of that? Hold on a second. Hold on. I can't find any words in the dictionary or in Google to describe this marriage. I just make up one. Just think how loud he would have been if he didn't keep one of those mics covered with that Bible. Yeah. Who's the he? Oh, oh, that's hilarious. Nope, it sure wouldn't have. Judge Mathis neither. Because Judge Mathis would have just called the both of them a C head and went on about his business. Oh God, we had a great time. Fee, a great time was had last night. Oh my goodness. Or Judge Joe Brown, absolutely. Okay, let's read this criminal complaint real quick and I'll come back and see what y'all talking about. All right. So what did I do with it that fast? Here it is. Okay, guys. So this is dated November 5th. This is when he ran over Erica. And his counts are as follows. So this is a trial that's getting ready to take place, hopefully sometime next year if everything goes well. Excuse me. Count one, obstructing an officer. The above named defendant, Darrell Edward Brooks Jr., on or about Tuesday, November 2nd, 2021, on West Capitol Drive, did knowingly obstruct an officer. And he was uh let me see. He was the officer was doing he was conducting official business when Darrell obstructed him. And this crime is punishable up to $10,000 fine and 9 months in prison. This is a misdemeanor. Count two, felony bail jumping, um, which is punishable by 6 years in prison and a $10,000 fine. And then second degree recklessly endangering safety, domestic abuse assessments, which is punishable by $25,000 and no more than 10 years or both in prison. So let me see if I can find, I know I got the transcript up in here. The transcript says, oh girl, wanna lie. Which one is this? And say ain't none of that happened. What y'all think y'all saw, y'all didn't see. Period. Where the heck is it? Lord have mercy. Y'all know I'm not ever prepared, so don't be shocked. And so many complaints. I tried to keep them in order. This are the two that's amended from Waukesha. So wait a minute. Where is it? Because we want to hear what his raggedy mama told him on his phone. Okay. Is this it? No. Or what is this? That's the one with the nephew. Lord. All right. Here is the probable cause, and then I'll get the transcript. Complainant is a law enforcement officer employed by the Milwaukee Police Department. The complainant bases this complaint on information and belief and on official police reports prepared by fellow Milwaukee police officers, which are of the kind complainant has used in the past and found to be truthful and reliable, and which complainant knows are prepared in the ordinary and regular course of police businesses. So this report was written up on November the 2nd. It says that EP and DB have a child in common. EP reported she was staying in the American Inn and heard a knock on the door. She reported that she observed the defendant, Darrell Brooks, outside of the door. She went on to report that he started yelling and using profanity, and she tried to walk past him. As she tried to walk past him, he snatched her phone out of her hand. She then said that he got into the vehicle and drove off. Erica reported that she was walking eastbound on West Appleton to the BP gas station when Darrell followed her and pulled up beside her and told her to get inside of the car. She refused to get inside of the car, and Brooks intentionally and without consent struck her in the face with a closed fist. Erica walked away from Brooks. Erica then reported that Darrell intentionally and without consent ran over her with his vehicle while she was walking through the parking lot of the BP gas station. So, of course, we know that the vehicle in question is a 2010 Ford Escape. The officers reported to his residence at 4:25 p.m. the same day. They said they observed Brooks exiting the driver's seat. They gave him lawful commands to stop, and Brooks walked away. The officers commanded that he do not enter the residence. And then they said he quickly ran into the residence and closed four doors on officers as officers were behind him and tried to apprehend him. They observed swelling on Erica's lip and dried blood on her face. They observed tire tracks on her left pant leg. She was taken. Guess what hospital they took her to, y'all? They took her to the hospital where Don Woods worked. Which I'm sure they didn't know she worked there, but still, like, what a coincidence. All right. A check with Wisconsin Circuit Court Access revealed that Brooks had an open case under Milwaukee case number. Brooks' conditions of bail states that he is not to have any contact with his mother, Dawn Woods, who was at the location at the time of the arrest. Bail also states that Brooks is not to commit any new crimes. Okay. And that is the end of the complaint. I have to pull up the transcript. So, yo, Dawn, they observed tire marks on her pant leg, which I am left to assume that hopefully they collected those pants for evidence. And if those the tire marks match up to the tires on that car, guess what? Furthermore, there is physical proof on her face that he assaulted her. And I'm more than positive there's a video circulating somewhere around here, Dawn. So, yeah, let me find this transcript and then I'm gonna check on y'all. Give me a second. Where is it at? Oh, that's the picture. Let me delete this so I won't confuse myself further. Hold on, y'all. Is this it? Oh no, this is his Walker shawl. What in the world did I do with it? What y'all on here talking about? Excuse me. Let me catch up with y'all, and then I gotta find this complaint real quick. Okay, so cybersecurity. Okay, I read that already. Okay, here we go. Hey, Glenn, good to see you again. I do truly believe Judge Dora was scared, not because Brooks was any threat to her. I believe she saw the look in his eyes and saw the rage he had when he, unalived those victims, staring into evil, scary. That's a good point, Glenn. That's a good point. If you look at it from that perspective, it's very, what's that word? I can't pronounce that. Why she was scared because that look is the same look he had in his eyes when he ran over the band. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, I can imagine how she sounded on the call, all kinds of rocked out. I gotta find it. I pulled it up, but I don't remember. I thought I saved it. Oh, I don't know. It's someone that I never saw before. They're angry that I laugh. They said I laugh and I stop the video too much. What did they say? They said that you interrupt the video too much with laughing and nonsense, and you need to just let the video play. And so, hey, Oracle. Okay, I understand what you're saying about whether or not she was scared. Then she should have recused herself from this trial. No judge should just hand over the control of courtroom. Mm, it's commentary. Look, I ain't worried about these trolls, okay? Oh, what color, Sherry? Okay, wait. Well, wait, how did Erica end up in the county in the first place? So, wait a minute. What you call him told me. Bama Green Eyes told me. Hold on. Or if anybody knows, you can answer. Something about she sent him. Oh, shoot. Did she send him a bus ticket? And then she ended up in Milwaukee. She says that he told her they would only be there for a couple of weeks. And of course, we know that's not true. Wasn't the whole thing at the gas station recorded? That's what I said. That's what I said. It has to be some type of surveillance. And even if it isn't, like I said, if there's tire marks on her pants and they collected those pants and they have them in evidence, all they gotta do is compare the tire marks on the car to the tire marks on her pants. Also, last night we were discussing if that car should have been impounded, and somebody said that they arrested him in his house. However, he got out of that car. So that's proof right there that he was the driver of the car. He was getting out of the car. They followed him home to the house where he wasn't supposed to be. Okay. That alone wouldn't be enough to force her for recusal, in my opinion. I believe that she was just being entirely too careful, making sure he didn't have grounds for appeal. She played the long game. Erica, I placed in a domestic shelter. Watch out. Right, right. We know Erica was scared. I believe she was scared. Make me one. I want it fried hard, extra crunchy. Okay, but this is what I'm saying about her behavior with him and her giving him answers. The thing and allowing him to be such an abuser to the court, nothing to do with an appeal. What's the new text box? What is it? Mine looks a little different from yours. I may be wrong, but I remember watching a video on the news when DB ran over her leg in 2021. Wouldn't have been a door. Wait a minute. Could have been a ring door that recorded it. Where you see that at? Where you see that? Yeah. All right. It's very easy Monday morning quarterback. She was a very physician with a pro se defendant who was in jail facing license. Well, Glenn, we just feel as though, we understand her explaining some things or whatever, but ultimately, Dog Mom and I feel that if you're going to uphold him to the same standard as you would a lawyer, the prosecution, you and I both know, would not have been able to get away with a lot of the things that he did. And so while I understand her being patient and explaining things to him, it was the continuous disrespect, talking over her, disrespecting the victims and things of that nature. You're giving him direct orders. He's not following it. He's telling you to your face he's not going to follow it. So, yeah, he's already in jail, but there were other measures that she could have taken, I feel, to control her courtroom. So, I mean, I understand both sides. I really do, but I just feel like, again, if we're looking at it in a way that he's supposed to be held to the same standards, then, admonish him like you would the prosecution. Well, yeah, she was on a Zoom. If she stayed on a Zoom to listen, she heard all of it, but she's still gonna deny it. Yeah. Ooh. I heard her recorded interview with Casey. It broke my heart. She kept saying he had friends everywhere. Yes, yes. And that's why I purposely did not play it on my channel when I talked about it because I this case is already heavy enough, right? And I do have some of my subbies are survivors of domestic V, and I don't want to trigger anyone with that. So, that's why I chose not to play it, but it was very heartbreaking because they're trying to, assure her that he can't hurt you. We have him. We don't believe that he's going to get out, but she was still so fearful just because of what he already put in her head day after day. And I can only imagine that he was abusing her, while saying those things to her. So, oh, I found the transcript. Thank you, Lord. I thought I lost it. Okay, let me finish reading the comments. Not a drunk raccoon. Oh. Okay, guys, look, this is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. Everybody take a deep breath. We gotta chill out. Okay. Dog mom, I know how you feel about it and I understand. And it's okay. And Glenn, I understand where you're coming from as well. But I don't want nobody going back and forth, okay? It's okay. We all feel how we feel. At the end of it, we're still all gonna feel how we feel, right? So we come on here to discuss things and have a good time, and we're gonna leave it at that. So y'all, please, please, let's not do that, y'all. Please. I know, or Law on TV or something else. Them. Who is who is Kelly? I don't know who that is. Oh, I gotta look that up. I understand. I just, he did. He did. Okay, 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 okay. Right. That's what we gonna stand on. Dog mom, please. Look, we here to discuss Darrell, but let's just let's chill out, y'all. Let's chill out, please. Oh, Lord. Okay. Let's get to these calls. All right, here we go. On November 5th, 2021, an initial appearance was held on the criminal complaint in Milwaukee County case. The court commissioner found probable cause and ordered the defendant to have no contact with Erica. The defendant's bail was set at $1,000 cash. Milwaukee County case I'm not reading all that, remains open and is presently scheduled for a status of counsel hearing on December 20th, 2021. Ooh, excuse me. On November 3rd, the defendant called his mama, Dawn Woods, from the Milwaukee County Jail. During the phone call, the defendant discussed with his mother that the district attorney's office would need the cooperation of Erica in order to issue charges, stating they're gonna need to talk to her and need for her to be a witness, and she not gonna do that, okay? But she can get those charges dropped altogether if she called down there and said, "I didn't do what she said." The defendant further informed his mother, if she don't cooperate with them, they're gonna have to drop it. Later that oh no, one day later on November the 4th, the defendant called Erica from the Milwaukee County Jail. During the call, the defendant used emotional manipulation on Erica in order to dissuade Erica from cooperating with the criminal prosecution. The defendant asked Erica, "Why did you do this to me? You know I love you." The defendant continued, "Listen, listen, please listen, Erica. I've come to the realization that I'm not going to leave you. You have my daughter. I know your potential. What you can be. I want to marry you." Then he went on to emphasize that he and Erica have a 16-year history and that the defendant is not finna play no more. Then the defendant asked Erica, "Will you marry me?" Followed by the defendant telling her, "You got to call them people." 2.5 hours later, the defendant spoke with Erica a second time from the jail. During this call, the defendant said, wait, Erica asked the defendant, "Are you saying all this shit just because?" Inquiring whether the defendant was serious about getting married. The defendant responded to Erica by telling her he was serious, but because of this situation, there's a possibility I might not get out of prison, that I can die in prison, right? The defendant went on to tell her, "I'm sitting up here in here facing 60 effing years. You have to keep your mouth shut." The defendant continued the emotional manipulation of Erica by telling her the defendant would die in prison and to think how bad that would make my mama feel. Think of how much pain that would be on her. This is all stuff you wasn't thinking about when you opened your mouth. The defendant stressed to Erica that when she spoke to law enforcement, she needs to say, "I'm telling you nothing." On November 1st, 2021, Erica received a call, and that's when they referred to themselves in first and third person, attempting to conceal their identity. So Erica told Darrell, "I tried. That is all I'm going to say. I talked to people and tried," Erica continued. "Yeah, I said everything. I said a lot. It had nothing to do with you. I said, nothing happened. I said a lot. Just know that." As the call continued, the rail pretended he was not speaking directly to Erica, stating, "Long as they know I'm not having anyone contact her myself, I'm not trying to have no third party thing." Erica informed the defendant they want her medical thing, referring to her medical records. To which the defendant responded, "No and no. She has to show zero cooperation. That means no." The defendant reiterated, "Right. Nope. I'm not giving you no medical records. No, she needs to stand firm. She can't let these people talk her into anything." On November the 6th, one day after their initial appearance, the defendant called Erica from the jail in violation of the no contact order. During the phone call, the defendant and Erica discussed law enforcement's request for consent to access her medical records to establish the injuries that she suffered as a result of Darrell running over her. The defendant told Erica, "Tell them no, I'm not signing over. I'm not, hold on. I'm not signing over to give you the medical record. I'm not cooperating with y'all. I'm not coming to no court." The defendant continued, "Once she tell them that and keep stressing that and standing firm, they got no choice but to drop the case." During the call, the defendant blamed Erica for the defendant's predicament. "I hope she realizes the mistake she made. I hope she realizes what she did and hope she never do anything stupid ever again." So now we on November the 7th, okay? And then on a recorded call, Erica informed the defendant that she was not returning any of the DA's calls and that she informed the DA's office she don't want to see him incarcerated and that she was drinking during the incident. The defendant responded to Erica telling Erica that's not enough and Erica and that Erica should have told them he didn't want anything. He didn't do anything. that all sorry, y'all. Erica should have told them that he didn't do anything and it was all made up. Erica responded, "She did say that. She fell and tripped, and he did not do it." She fell and tripped. Girl, it's tire marks on your pants. In response, the defendant informed Erica she was supposed to tell them that everything was fabricated. The statement was a lie. All that. That's what she was supposed to say. During the call, the defendant said, "I can't have no contact to tell anyone what to say because that's going to be bad for me." During a recorded call on November the 8th, Darrell repeatedly blamed Erica for the defendant being charged in the Milwaukee case. The defendant started to tell Erica, "You don't say anything encouraging to me at all." To which Erica responded, "It's all about you right now because you know what you did too, right?" In response, Darrell blamed Erica, saying, "Okay, and what did you do to cause it?" The defendant pressed further, "You trying to make it seem like everything is always everyone else's fault but yours. Like you don't never do anything to cause shit. The whole cause of this shit was something that you effing did." The defendant ended the call telling Erica, "You did this shit. And you couldn't even keep your mouth shut after numerous people told you that shit. This ain't the place for you to be doing this shit, and you ran your mouth. And I'm the one sitting up in here facing all of this time." So then she responds, "I'm the one trying to get you out, right?" To which he responded, "You need to learn your shut your effing mouth. F you then, B." He then placed another call the same day. Um, and he told her, "If I tell yo B ass to call my mama hoe, that's what the F you do. If it's that case, if that's the case, if you don't give a F about me, then I can have my family get on your ass then." Then he tells her, "I'm in here because you can't keep your mouth shut." So now we on November 11th when he calls his mother. And during the beginning of the call, the defendant appeared worried that he couldn't reach Erica. The defendant told his mother, get your, wait a minute, you get your bail money back anyway, but still, I'll make sure Erica do what she says she's gonna do. Dawn responded, "Because Erica ain't cooperating, they don't have a case." Her son says, "Yep, they're going to have to throw it out." During the same call, the defendant's mother described Erica's recantation, in which Erica claimed that she fell in front of the defendant's car while he was trying to pull away. In response, the defendant said, "Why in the hell would I just mow her down, knowing that I could unalive her like that?" So now we're on November the 15th. During the call, the defendant berated Erica for not helping post the defendant's bill. "You didn't put a cent on my bill. Why should someone else have to pay for some shit you caused?" Erica informed the defendant, "You tried to." He interrupts her. "Nah, I didn't try to do anything because if I tried to do something, you wouldn't be on the phone now. That's what you're not realizing. If I really tried to do something to you, you wouldn't be on the phone now. It Women, if I would have told MFs to go do something, you wouldn't be on the phone now. So don't tell me what I tried to do at any given time. It wouldn't be on try, it would be on successful." He went on to say, "You women, you ain't know who I am by now. You ain't know my little NIGGAs is gonna do what I tell them to do. Do you understand my people are gonna move how I tell them to move?" So then Erica said, "So you about to do that to me?" And he says, "Do you understand that?" And she says, "Yes, I do." So then he placed another call, chastising her for continuing to talk to the DA's office. "You still talk to the people? You still talk to them when they call, dumbass? You ain't supposed to communicate with them at all." And she says, "I'm not. They have been calling, they have been emailing." So then he said, "B, shut your MFing mouth. You still can't humble yourself. So if you still talking this dumb shit, I'm gonna do it for you. Either way, you you're gonna do it yourself and bow down, B, or I'm gonna make you. Now, which one you want?" So then he went on to say, "You acting like you got so much MF and protection like you safe. B, you on my MF and turf. Remember that." Okay. So let me check back over here. I hope y'all ain't over here arguing police. Where we at? I don't even know where I left off at. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. I guess we can all say we have done what? I guess we could all say what we would have done if we're not. That's true. That's true as well. Is everybody calming down, please? Please. Um, who's judging the judge? I don't think anybody's judging. I think we're making more of an observation. Oh, gee whiz. Do you think this case has gotten as much attention, such as the OJ case, or maybe because folks are? I think it's gotten a lot of attention because it's rare that you see someone represent themselves, and not only that, just the behavior, and the way that he talks to the judge or talked to the judge. And I think for a lot of people, it's a case study on personality, psychology. People are wanting now to learn more about representing yourself. People are wanting to learn more about the laws, different case law, things like that. So I think it's a nice mixture, of both. I could die. Oh, let me tell you something. I don't know. I don't know. Listen, when you start doing well and people see that you are enjoying, uh, you know, people enjoying, when people see that you enjoy, that other people enjoy the hard work and efforts, it upsets them. That's all it is. People get upset. And I don't know why, and I don't care. So messed up. Right. Right. Oh. Oh, Lord. I do as well. I hope that this trial is just hurry up. I hope that the trial is hurried, I guess I could say, and she can go somewhere else and just forget all about it. And I really feel like she should delete her social media for a while, but that's just me saying that. 'Cause people are still bothering her. But hey, right? Mhm. Mhm. Carrie, who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? You're not gonna be disrespectful if that's your point. You don't tell anybody who's made what points over here. We all speak freely. So I don't know if you're talking to me or someone else, but I'm not gonna tolerate any disrespect. Mm-mm. Mhm. No. No. Absolutely. Right. I can't either. If they even grant him an appeal, that's what we have to get to. The lawyer the lawyer has to read through all of those transcripts first to even see if he has anything that he can appeal. Is everybody good now? Mhm. Right. For me, it's just the I guess just the disrespect. The disrespect, and I mean, there have been cases where the mom or the father would, just take up for their child because 'cause they're just in disbelief, but man, and the absolute denial, you know? I hope so too. Just nothing, just nothing, right? Nobody accepted anything. I'm just saying the lawyer has to read through all of those transcripts to see if he has grounds for an appeal, and then he can, go forth. But nobody accepted anything. I'm saying if they do even offer him an appeal, and it won't be like I explained, and maybe Glenn can chime in if he wants. I know he's like, "Oh my gosh, you always put me on the spot. I'm sorry." Um, they won't appeal like his conviction. They would just look at what what his appellate attorney has concerns about, and it's not like they're gonna appeal his conviction and he goes home. They would just if let's just say, let's see what he can appeal on. He can't do ineffective counsel. Maybe he can say that he really wasn't competent to represent himself, right? So let's just say that this attorney that he has now goes and says, "Oh, well, we want to have him tested again to see if he really is competent enough to if he was competent enough to uh, represent himself." So they would look into that, right? And then they'll go forth. It's not like they're gonna, grant him an appeal and just be like, "All right, go home. We're gonna start over from scratch." That's not how it works. Mhm. We gotta wait and see what's gonna happen. He just got them. I think he just got them like a week or two ago, I believe. So good, Monica. I'm glad. Girl. What, he didn't have anything to lose, so it was like, "Let me just turn up every day?" It is, it is. It is all love here. It is. It is. And you know what? I think that's why a lot of people that have channels are kinda afraid to talk about things because they don't want stuff like this. But to be honest, I don't think any of you guys would disrespect me. I would hope not. I'm not disrespectful to you, and I don't want you guys to be disrespectful to each other. And I say that all the time. We can have healthy dialogue. We're all adults. We all have different points of view, right? And it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. So we here to have a good time. A good time. But see, that's the thing. Like, eh, there wasn't too much of a chance that they were gonna find him not guilty anyway, regardless of what she did. You know what I'm saying? So him being disrespectful or her over explaining or her being gentle and motherly and waiting a long game and all of that, to me, it wouldn't have made a difference because the jury was front and center for all of it, right? But can you really do that though? Right. Right. Very true. I think Darrell thought that he could just file his notice of intent. The lawyer would get the court records and the documents and all of that and go through it. And like I said, he stands before the court, okay, argues his case, and they unhand him and send him back to his mama. Darrell don't know what's up. He don't know nothing about law. See? Who is that? I gotta look that name up. Let me write that down real quick. Where my notebook at? Oh my god, my fingers are cold, my feet cold. I know this notebook is tired of me. Let me write this down. Hold on. Yeah, it's not as open and shut as people think. Excuse me. I can't even believe that Chandler had the all damn audacity to do that. So so was it ready? I think what the last I looked on there, she had some of them ready, like a few days worth ready. But I'm wondering, dog mama, I hope you didn't leave. Um, if they're already transcribing in court, why did it take her so long? Because they wouldn't redact anything if it's going to the lawyer, right? Okay. I think we all too, but it's somebody in here that was just trying to try me, and I ain't going for that. I hope you gone. I hope you unsubscribe. Goodbye and good riddance. You don't tell me when to stop talking about something. Yep. Yes. Right. I'm thinking about if I wanna cover that or not. I don't know. What y'all I'm not gonna ask y'all because let me tell y'all how y'all do me. When I had that discussion with y'all and I was like, "Oh, tell me what cases y'all want to go over," and y'all giving me all of these cases, and then when I start going over cases, y'all wasn't nowhere to be found. Y'all had deserted me for a little bit. I ain't even gonna ask y'all. I'm just gonna do it, and if y'all watch it, y'all watch it. Okay. Oh, oh, dog mom. Cheer up, smile, friends. Do you want me to put on something so I can laugh crazily to make you feel better? Oh, let's see. I think if he knew or his mom knew. Exactly. We talked about that last night too. Mhm. Okay, I gotta look back on there. Who, that girl? Well, she can't talk to y'all like that either. You don't tell us when to stop talking about something. Yeah. All right, y'all ready to watch this rant? Let's cue this up. Oh, he's sitting here pouting. He ready. Wait a minute. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. All right, here we go.
All right, we are back on the record. Then appearances are as they were before. State have their next witness available.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, let's bring the jury back out.
Don't consent to being called by the name that this court chooses to identify me by. I want to state for the record that I'm here as a third party intervener on special appearance on behalf of my client.
You are more than welcome. Even if you weren't talking to me, you talking to my crew. So talking to them is talking to me. But I wish you well. Take care.
Can that be noted for the record?
It was noted this morning.
May it be noted again for the record so that we can keep the record clear and accurate.
The appearances are as they were this morning. They are no different. Bring the jury out.
And we have yet to address subject matter jurisdiction, Your Honor. I still haven't been shown any verified proof that
All rise.
this court has subject matter jurisdiction. And at this point, may I request an affidavit that you, Your Honor, have no bias, no conflict of interest, and no interest in the outcome of this case?
Mr. Brooks, the jury's coming out. We'll address your legal issues later, if I deem them appropriate.
Judge, do you hold the full
Mr.
judicial
Brooks,
power of the
please,
state, or is this the
please.
military
All right,
power?
Can you please take the jury out? Thank you.
Do you hold the full
Mr. Brooks, just
jurisdiction?
wait till the jury's out, please. I ask that you show that respect.
I will.
Thank you. Everyone else can be, you all can be seated. Mr. Brooks, just make your statements. What do you want to advise the court today?
I want to first state again for the record that I do not identify by that name, nor do I consent.
Oh, I got a little lag here. I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on. What y'all saying? Yes, dog mom. Hey, Teresa. Right? Oh God, you are respectful dog mom. You are. You are. Oh. Right. This is the epic 50-minute rant. Right. Oh my goodness. Oh, you're welcome anytime. All right, y'all. We all cool. Okay. We gonna woosah through this. We gonna laugh. We gonna laugh at this. Okay. We gonna kick it tonight. All right. We all good? Everybody good? We got the troll out of here. That's trying to start some mess. We good. So let's move on.
To being called that name. Your Honor, with all respect, I'm merely asking you, do you have the full judicial power of the state, or is this military power?
I'm sorry. I don't understand what you're asking me, sir.
Uh-oh.
I'm asking, is
And on what
this,
legal basis are you making that request?
I'm asking for the record, is this a common law court or an admiralty court? What are we in here? And I'm requesting an affidavit that you, Your Honor, have no bias, no conflict of interest, or no interest in the outcome of this case. And the reason why I want to state this clearly for the record, mainly is because of the bias that's been shown. I have not been getting any certified copies of any requests that I've made, which I was told by this court to uh, address inmate communication forms for anything that I may need. I've done that. I've complied with that. Every time I've needed something of the court pertaining to documents, I've done it the way the court has asked me. And I've always stated that I wanted everything to be certified. I have yet to even get that. My court docket sheet was not a certified copy. When I asked Your Honor of your oath of office, I asked for that to be certified. You stated for the record that you would not give me a certified copy of your oath of office, which you are required to show if I ask for it. I've brought up my Sixth Amendment constitutional right that has been pretty much discarded, and that is based on the fact that I have the right to face my accuser, which would be the plaintiff, state of Wisconsin, in this matter. They have yet to show that a claim is I mean, a living human being can only make a claim. An entity cannot make a claim. I've requested for the complaint to be provided. The complaint from November 23 of 2021, the amended complaint from November 29th of 2021, the second amended complaint from January 12 of this year, 2022. I have yet to see that.
Now, normally, correct me if I'm wrong, if a defendant has a lawyer and he wants a copy of certain documentation, their lawyer would make copies and give it to them. The defendant wouldn't reach out to the clerk, of course, but in this case, since he's his own lawyer, he got to do so. But he asking for certified copies. They don't just give you a certified copy. You got to pay for it. You get whatever they give you. And you have the complaints. It's in your everything is in your discovery. In them boxes sitting right there. All of that is in there. You too lazy to look for it.
Those. There was no record of a
Here
bond
we go.
in my docket sheet. I asked for that to be verified by proof. That hasn't been provided. There's so many biases, clear biases in questions that are not being asked based on judicial determinations made by Your Honor. You look at the discrepancies, and I think they're clear. I think at minimum, I deserve for the subject matter jurisdiction to be verified and proven. I've raised that issue numerous times, pretty much every day, every time I come before your court, Your Honor. I address that, and it has yet to be proven. My filings have been disregarded, even though they've been filed into the record, even though they've been time stamped. I haven't got the original copies of any of them, which I'm supposed to get. And as we sit here today, I'm still not even understanding the nature and cause of the charges. That hasn't even been proven. Can that be provided in any way? I'm basically sitting here confused because I don't understand why these proceedings are allowed to continue when there's so many things that have not been provided. They haven't been provided in my discovery. They haven't been provided to me by being brought to my pod where I'm housed in the jail. I'm without so much information, valid information to this matter. And I believe that it should be verified and it should be proven for the record. And if not, I move for this case to be dismissed for failure to appear by the plaintiff and failure to state a claim for which relief can be granted. Everything that I'm saying, it has merit and it has validity. As we sit here today, I'm still being charged with charges that shouldn't even exist based on the testimony that we've heard for the last few days. There's so many things left to still be proven. The prosecution team hasn't even proven that they're licensed to practice law in Wisconsin. They haven't proven, are they just bar association members, or do they have state issued licenses? That has not been proven, which I've raised that issue for the record. I'm not even sure if that was even recorded in the docket sheet. There's so many things, and Your Honor, you still haven't stated for the record if you have full judicial power of the state, or is this military power? That
What's funny to me is how he keeps looking up at her, waiting for her to respond. She doesn't say a word. And I feel like he thinks that he's doing a good job. That's why she's not interrupting him. And what is this script he got? Who gave him that script? Is that Sive Sit, or did he print that off of Google? What is it, y'all?
hasn't been proven. Nothing has been proven. Not subject matter jurisdiction, not licenses to practice law. My Sixth Amendment right has been basically trampled over. No complaints have been shown. Neither of the three that I've requested, by the way that you told me to request them by inmate communication. Nothing gets certified that I get copies of when I clearly asked for them to be certified and to be filed into the record. It's to the point where Your Honor, you should recuse yourself from the presiding at this point. If you're not going to abide by the oath that you swore, which was in your oath, correct? You swore to protect the Constitution of the United States. You swore to protect we the people. That is not being done here. If every valid argument that I raised is taken by the court as a sign of disrespect or a sign of trying to intentionally be disruptive or causing a problem, when I'm merely seeking understanding, because I don't understand. I'm merely seeking to understand why this information has yet to be provided, and we're this far into this matter. And there's still no verified proof. Even as I sit now saying this, there's still no proof being provided. Zero. How is this case allowed to continue without these documents and filings being verified? Is there any legal factual basis that can state why this information has not been provided? Why the docket sheet is incorrect? Why there's so much on the docket sheet that should be on record that's not even in there? That if we had the recordings of the record, they would see was brought up numerous times that doesn't even show up. I'm just asking for Your Honor to be fair, which is another right that I have, the right to a fair trial and the right to an impartial jury. I can go on and on and on about what's not being done. I have.
Oh, Tim, you and John and Jason, all y'all funny for real. Y'all, we not doing this tonight. I love that y'all all call her bald head. Okay. Ooh.
Again, I say I have the right to face my accuser. Where's the injured party? Who's making the claim? I asked Your Honor numerous times for Your Honor's name. You wouldn't answer. I asked, did you have a claim against me? You did not answer. I asked the whole courtroom, did anyone have a claim against me? No one said anything. which you stated for the record a non-responsive answer. A non-responsive answer is an agreement, which will be a tactic agreement by you, Your Honor, that you don't have to answer these questions that you should be answering. I have that right. The plaintiff in this matter, which was stated by witnesses in testimony to be the state of Wisconsin. But when I asked, do they see the state of Wisconsin present in the courtroom, the question is shut down, which is a valid question. The plaintiff should be present in this matter. Where is the plaintiff? Who's bringing the claim? Because we know an entity can't bring a claim. It has to be a living, breathing human being. No one is stated for the record if they're the injured party. Not Your Honor, not the prosecutors, not anyone in the court has stated to be an injured party in this matter. No one. Not one person. I have the right to demand that the court place in the evidence any unrevealed contract. Has that been provided to me? Have that been placed in the evidence? I would like to see it, which is my right. I have the right to inform the jury about the truth and their duty and their rights. That's the First Amendment and the Sixth Amendment. But I'm repeatedly told to shut the question down when this is valuable information that the jury should be privileged to know. They deserve to know. Once they were chosen to sit on this jury, why are we keeping information away from them that they deserve to know? They ultimately have the power. They decide the matter. Why are we keeping information, valuable information, from their knowledge? That's a disservice to the jury. And frankly, it's a disservice to the court that they're not allowed to hear things that they should know, that they should be informed of. It's our right to inform them of everything that they have the power to know, to do, and to know. They deserve that much. It would be a travesty for them to make a decision without being fully informed.
Not a travesty.
And these are all valid things. I have the right to protest and object.
Oh, that's what I was looking
If any of my rights or demands are not being met. I've done that numerous times, only to be shut down. Numerous times. I've raised the issues that I didn't consent to anything that may have been suggested on behalf of my former attorneys. I've never even consented to them making a plea on my behalf. I haven't, as a matter of fact, when it comes to a plea, I haven't even had the opportunity to entertain any plea that may have been suggested by the prosecution. We haven't even talked about that. Not one time was it ever brought to my attention that the prosecution even wanted to offer a plea. That's another issue. I have the right to challenge the jurisdiction of this court, which I've done numerous times. I have the right to demand that the code be construed in harmony with the common law. I just raised that. I'm constantly referred to as pro se when I've raised the issue that I'm pro per. I have the right to conduct my defense pro per, free from professional restrictions imposed upon licensed attorneys, which this court is well aware that I am not a licensed attorney.
What does
In fact,
that
the court is
mean?
also aware that I
What
only
is
had
he
3
talk-
days.
What is he saying? What is he saying? What is he saying? I'm trying to Google this sovereign citizen handbook. Doggone it. What is this man saying? What is pro per? Free from professional what? Hey, Melanie. No, he ain't happy. His raggedy mama ain't either. Right, right, right. He think we forgot, man. This is crazy. Goodness. None whatsoever. Right? Hey, I ain't gonna hold you. How you doing? I guess, child. I'm tired. What? Get away with what he got away with? It does not. Oh my goodness. Let me finish looking for this doggone handbook.
To prepare for a trial that the prosecution has been prepared for a whole year. We see these boxes right here. This box alone is 45 or 50 pounds.
Cause you sat up there and you said it don't make you flinch one bit. That's what you said. No, Darrell.
So much information. I haven't even gone through half of it.
We know.
It was stated for the record that the discovery, in its entirety, was brung to my housing unit on the 29th of September.
Okay.
Which trial was scheduled, that would be a Thursday, which trial was scheduled for Monday. How can I possibly go through all that, all the paperwork, all the digital discovery and things of that nature? How can I go through all of that and be prepared in 3 days? That's a clear bias. I did not have time.
Well, you lying and you telling on yourself because the other day you swore up and down that you looked through all of digital discovery and you didn't see where they had that video of you pop locking and dropping in front of your mama's car. And there was another exhibit that you swore up and down that you didn't have and it wasn't in your discovery. Now you saying you couldn't have possibly looked through all of the discovery. Which one is it going to be? Furthermore, that lady told you over and over and made sure you understood that you only had 3 days to prepare for at least the first day of trial, okay? I don't feel sorry for you because you are in a cell, I guess, by yourself with access to a law library. When you get done making a fool of yourself every day, you can go back to your cell and at least read up on some things. You didn't even try to do that. This is no excuse, my guy. None whatsoever. This is your fault. This is your fault. And you knew you were ill prepared because that's why you tried to sit up there and said you had COVID that one Wednesday, the day before trial was supposed to start. That ain't nobody fault but yours.
Time to prepare for this. Everything I'm doing is off the top of my head, winging it.
That's what you asked
taking
for.
it as it comes. When the court is well aware that I was not prepared, I raised the issue that it should be an adjournment, at least.
Hey,
At the
Mika.
minimum, it should be an adjournment because of that fact. At least to let me go through all the discovery. That was denied. No valid reason was stated for that when Your Honor knew there is no possible way, humanly possible, that I could be ready for a trial of this magnitude in 3 days. That's clear bias. I have the right to face the injured party claiming damages.
Do y'all remember when I told y'all and I gave y'all that case law that he was going to use that against her? And I ain't saying this all of y'all because a lot of y'all are kind of new to my channel, but this is when I made the video last month. And a lot of people was like, that ain't true. You don't know what you're talking about. He's saying everything right now. I told you that him saying he didn't understand was written within a law in Wisconsin, and that if he didn't understand, she had to either explain it to him till he didn't understand or not allow him to represent himself. And she went with it and gave him the opportunity Now look, he's throwing it in her face. He is throwing it right back in her face. That's crazy.
That's under Article 3 and the Sixth Amendment. I raised that issue again. Where's the injured party? Is the injured party present in court right now? Can anyone make a claim against me? Can you make a claim against me, Your Honor? Do you know of anyone that can make a claim against me, Your Honor? Can anyone right now in court, anyone, make a claim against me? And because of that, Your Honor, the motion to dismiss should be granted based on that alone. There's no injured party in this matter.
Why didn't they have another
So who makes the
camera?
claim?
Why didn't they have another
Who?
camera facing her so we could see her reaction? I would have loved to see how she was looking back at him when he asked her when he asked her that. Oh God, what y'all over here saying? He is using a 5 cent BS because someone told him it will work because it's all over YouTube and traffic court, right? Right? Oh well. Mm-hmm. Mm. Oh God. Who hair? Oh, thank you, Mom. I mean, I do the best I can with what I got. Oh God. Exactly. I was just thinking that. I was just thinking that.
I have the right to put the judge on notice of my intent to appeal in any ruling decisions during the case. You stated for the record that I would have to wait until appealing process, but my right is that I can raise that issue during the case, which I've attempted to do. That's been shut down. I have the right to specifically reserve all of my rights, which I do at the beginning.
Okay.
I have the right to say what I want and to be heard under the First Amendment. And when I attempt to do that, it's taken as a slight to the court, a disrespect to the court, or me intentionally coming into the court to be disrespectful, which I've stated that is not my intention. Never is it my intention. I never intend to walk into your courtroom, Your Honor, and be disrespectful intentionally. I never come into this courtroom to disrespect anyone.
Mm-hmm.
But because I don't understand, I raise these issues because they have validity.
Really?
I have the right to object to any statement made by the judge or the prosecution. I've done that and been repeatedly shut down. Without a lawful explanation. I've repeatedly asked the court for a motion for a finding of fact to determine if things are being done legally. I've been denied that numerous times without merit, which is also my right.
Hey, Dixon.
I have the right to recuse the judge at any time,
Okay.
which is also a right.
Mm-hmm.
I have the right to a speedy and fair trial by impartial jury. I think it's safe to say that my speedy trial right has definitely been violated, because this matter has been taking place for roughly a year. I've never consented to waiving anything related to a speedy trial. And if that was done, it was done without my consent or without my
You ate
knowledge.
him.
We're way past the speedy trial date. Way past.
That's your fault.
When the uh, change of venue motion was brought up,
Uh-huh.
I believe that was the first time I came before Your Honor in early March. I want to say March 11th of
That
this year,
ain't. No, it wasn't.
when the change of venue motion came into play. It was decided by Your Honor that that wouldn't be decided until the 20th of June, I believe. That's over the 90-day mark right there for a speedy trial.
You,
That was denied, and I still don't understand how that was denied when it's clearly obvious that at minimum the venue should have been changed based on the fact of the magnitude of the matter. There's no possible way anyone in this county would not have some type of connection or some type of
right. He never did.
knowledge, whether they were um, told something by someone that they may know. Uh, the news reporting alone, just that alone, there's no way that this trial should be taking place in Waukesha County. That's obvious. That's obvious from the way the motion was presented, the coverage alone, the political campaign ads that plastered the defendant's face all over the TV.
Now he's just regurgitating what Detective Jesus, what Attorney Perry said via the motion for change of venue, which I have a copy of. Those are all of the things that he outlined as the reason why he feels that there should be a change of venue. But what they both failed to realize is that they could have had it where I live in Ohio. People still know about it. Just because someone on the jury knew about this case or heard about this case doesn't mean they can't be fair. You can hear something all the time and not form an opinion about it. You just heard it. Who didn't hear it? Like, you're not making any type of sense. So it's all over the place. It's literally all over the place. All everywhere. Every state, county, city, wherever. It wouldn't have mattered where you had to say. You could have went overseas and I bet you they know about it too. So what you talking about? You just wanted a jury that was probably all one race, the opposite of the race that was there, okay? And you wanted them all to rule in or side with you. I don't want to say rule in your favor, but I guess yeah, rule in your favor. That's all this is about. Just stop, child. Child, stop.
Every single day, every time a political campaign was brought up, it made reference to this incident. Every single time. The fact that people have children that go to the same schools in this county, that people may have worked with the same people in this county. You yourself, Your Honor, stated that you at one time worked with the father of one of the people that was injured in this matter.
Mm-mm.
That is a clear conflict of interest right there. You also stated for the record that not only did you work with this father, but that at one time they may have donated to your, I don't know if it was to you becoming a judge, or I would have to look through the docket, but you said it on the record that they donated money to a cause of yours. You also stated that when you had gained knowledge of the incident and that their family member was injured in the incident, that you reached out via phone. I don't recall if it was text message or an actual phone conversation, but you put that on the record. You also stated that the nature of your relationship was strictly professional. I don't know about you, Your Honor, but I've worked numerous jobs and I know what professional relationships is and personal relationships. I've never had the cell phone number of anyone that was a personal relationship saved to my phone that I could reach out immediately when I learned something. That would constitute a personal relationship of some kind.
Boy.
Whether hanging out from time to time, having a cup of coffee, or hanging out time for time, grabbing a beer, or hanging out from time to time, watching a game, or anything of that nature. It would definitely be more than just strictly professional. That was stated for the record. Again, I go back to the Sixth Amendment again.
Hold on. Excuse me. I did a whole video about it. Wasn't it in reference to GUN's, Sherry, if I remember correctly? Marcus and Stephanie too? Oh, an old girl in Nevada? Right. Everybody everywhere knew about it. You know, like, dude, it made the shade room. Like, dude, everybody knew. Like, come on. Oh Lord. Exactly. Exactly. Mhm. Because you know, at the end, he had to strike 8 more potential jurors, and he didn't. I think he chose 2 names, and the clerk had to put the rest of the names in a tumbler and just pick 6 from that. Like craziness, right? Because he ain't never had no job. He ain't never had to do nothing like that. He has nobody. All he has is an old girl in Nevada, maybe a couple goons that he kicked it with on the street, that dude from the music video that he did, excuse me, and that's it. He's never had any type of relationship, a professional relationship or anything. Woo! And you know he never drank water, like, his mouth probably just white and just disgusting with them disgusting teeth. Oh, right, okay, I remember I seen it at one time, but it was just that one, and so what? Like, again, somebody else could see that somewhere else. You could see it on social media. You were just able to look it up, and you don't live in Wisconsin, right? So what's your point? Oh god, was it about that too? I gotta go back and watch it. B, hey girl, how was the pork chop? And I hope you saved my fry extra hard with a piece of white bread. Okay. Hey Tammy. Shut up. Was it? Oh my gosh. Where did you see that? Oh gosh. Oh.
In terms of when I asked for the motion for the evidence motion that I raised, that was denied.
What evidence motion?
without any explanation. That would be strictly to uh, place in the evidence any unrevealed contract. That's under the Sixth Amendment. Clearly, there's been and repeated violations of my Sixth Amendment.
No, it ain't.
We all know that the United States Constitution is the law of the land, period. It
Okay.
trumps everything.
Mm-hmm.
We also know that any law repugnant of the Constitution is null and void. We know that.
Okay. What else?
There's still no basis for the motions being shot down. Why was I not granted the motion for finding a fact? Why did it take so long for me to be brought my entire motion for discovery?
That ain't her fault. Where? Wait,
Why
wait.
was
Where's
the
my
motion to
pause?
prove
Pause.
jurisdiction
Pause.
not
Oh
verified?
Lord, I
Why
thought I
was
hit.
why was the
I thought
motion
I
to
hit.
dismiss the case for all the reasons
Pause.
I said not being granted?
It's not the judge's fault how soon or how long it takes for you to get discovery. That's up to the prosecution. When they have gathered all of the evidence that they're going to use against you, they give it to you. You can't blame the judge for that. And you had it before the trial started. And what else he said? He was talking while I was trying to push this pause button. Hold on.
Jurisdiction not verified. Why was the motion to
I've never heard of a motion to prove jurisdiction. We went over this already. I already explained to y'all. Next.
dismiss the case for all the reasons I said not being granted? Which brings me to the motion to subpoena witnesses.
Okay.
I did everything that was asked of me by the court pertaining those subpoenas.
Okay.
It was understood by the court that this is my first time ever having to do this. Um, I didn't understand how to properly fill out the subpoenas, at which the prosecution volunteered that they would give assistance.
Okay.
The only assistance I received was for them to check to see if it was filled out right.
They didn't have to do
That
that.
was it. That doesn't amount to any assistance. I was
Oh,
still left to fill it out on my own. And then when I did that, correction still had to be made, which would verify what I was saying. I don't know how to do this.
that's your fault.
But I still complied to what the court asked of me. And even then, it was a big old thing about the subpoenas. I can't subpoena the plaintiff in the case. Well, how can I not subpoena the plaintiff in the case when under the Sixth Amendment, I have the right to face my accuser, which is the plaintiff of the case?
You have a right to face the witnesses who the prosecution will call to the stand. You need to reread that, sir. Reread it. You're the one misunderstanding everything. And now you want to play in our face.
So how could the subpoena not be filed, and how could the plaintiff not be called to the witness stand?
What do y'all think he wanted to ask Suaper? What does he desperately need to ask her? Do you have a license to practice law? Oh, gosh. What? A strawberry cake. Mm. Well, that was nice, Fee. That was nice of you. Oh. Oh. Right. Stephanie, Marcus, the sandwich would have made an appearance. Jay Prince, old girl in Nevada, and a dude in a music video. Bam. Right? Right, exactly, exactly. Because I'm not gonna lie, I don't recall hearing about the parade incident or massacre when it originally happened. It didn't catch my eye until I was on YouTube, and I think it was either Law and Crime or Court TV. You know how they put like little clips up or whatever, and I still was ignoring it. And then they had one of him with his shirt off, and then they had a clip of him holding up that objection sign. So I'm like, let me click this and see what this is. And oh my goodness. Talk about hooked. I could not get enough. I just could not believe it. I couldn't get enough. Mm. Ah. What? Oh my goodness. I need to go pour me a little glass of wine. Let me read that again, Minnie T. So long. He got to represent himself that night. His attorney sent it to the jail the next day. He got it. He got it. That's not long. Oh. The evidence motion was denied, I'm sure, because he got all the evidence turned over in the discovery. Aside from testimony, this is why his arguments don't move the court. Right. His previous attorneys gave him everything that they had before he told them to peace out. So I don't know what he's talking about. Maybe he's talking about because he wanted to admit his ICS and all of that other stuff, his 5-6 stuff, and she told him no. You think that's what he's talking about? I think that's what he's talking about because he's had those boxes since day one. Right. He was aware and he crossed out understanding because he was informed. Okay. So did. So did. Ungrateful rascal. Oh God, I'm sick of it. Y'all, I'm still trying to Google this pamphlet. I can't find it. I can't find it. I gotta find it. Right. He thinks that meant that he could say what he want, do what he want, act how he wants, and you can't do nothing about it. That's what he took it as. Period. Oh God. Right. I gotta find this pamphlet. Okay. Man. Fee. Oh. Hot mess, man. It is. I'm gonna go get me a little bit of wine. Let me turn this back on.
That begs the question of, does the plaintiff even exist? Which it was stated for the record that not only by a witness, a detective, Detective Casey, that got on the stand and said on the record that is an entity, which is not a living, breathing human being. And then it was stated again by you on the record, Your Honor, that the plaintiff is an entity. So the question still stands. How can an entity bring a claim if it's not a living human being? So where's the claim? Will the plaintiff in this matter, the state of Wisconsin, be allowed to testify? Will they be allowed to be in the courtroom? No, they will not, because they don't exist. Therefore, the claim doesn't exist. For all those reasons that I just stated, the case should have been dismissed a long time ago. Once those issues were raised, this case should have been dismissed. And at the very minimum, it should have been dismissed because those still have yet to be proven. We're still talking about jurisdiction. That's been being asked for over a week. There's still no providing of license to practice law yet. Not even by you, Your Honor.
All right, wait. Okay, excuse me. Did you see the pretrial where his lawyers argued that the DA and judge should always use his name and not the defendant? You know what? We're gonna watch all of the pretrial hearings. What day did I write down for that? Oh, excuse me. That's gonna be on the 15th. So we're gonna watch all of that. I think it's like 4 or 5 of them. But yep. Hmm. You do? Yeah. Mm-mm. Right. Right.
Why was I not provided with a certified copy of your oath of office?
Said that already.
Why would you not state the name that is on file with the Secretary of the State? Or I made reference the first time to the Secretary of the Treasury, and then you stated on the record that it's the Secretary of State,
Hmm.
even though you knew what I was referring to when I asked. You referred to your name tag,
Name
but
tag.
that's
Ain't
not
got
the
on no
name
name
registered. We both
tag.
know that. So why wasn't that proof verified? You gave me uh, a copy of your oath of office, but it's not certified. So how can I verify that that is the true oath of office that you signed? How can I verify that is valid? That's the reason why I asked for it to be.
He can't possibly think, like I said before, that they waited up until this point to just say, I don't give a shit no more. I'm about to risk it all. I don't have a law license. I'm up here pretending, you know, I'm not gonna give you my oath. I'm not gonna do anything that you need me to do because I don't care about my career anymore. And I'm just gonna mess everything that I worked hard for up. What? For the sake of playing in your face all day? He couldn't possibly think that at the end of this, they were gonna be like, you know what? My bad. You right. Our fault. Sorry for the inconvenience. We about to release you. Go back home. He couldn't have thought that. What did he think he was gonna get out of this? What?
Certified, which you stated for the record, you will not do that. You never stated any uh, legal reason why. I have the right to ask for that legally.
Okay.
I also have the right to call any witnesses to assist my defense, which is the main reason why I subpoenaed the plaintiff in this matter. I also have the right to challenge all relevant laws in this trial in terms of their intent, interpretation, fairness, enforcement, and whether they serve and protect the people. From my knowledge, the design of the statutes of the law was written for the common people to understand.
What?
So that would means the final determination or interpretation of what the law says comes down to the people. You know this, Your Honor. Are you not a public servant?
Mm.
You also know that this docket sheet is inaccurate. Every filing up until the point that I started representing myself was filed in a name that was represented by all capital letters, which is not my name, nor has it ever been my name, nor have I ever seen that name or individual. Every single filing or paperwork was all in capital letters. Ever since September 29th, roughly around there, now everything starts to go to lowercase letters. Why is that? What prompted the sudden change? I still have filings that have all capital letters, which I state every time I come into your courtroom, Your Honor, that that is not my name, nor do I consent or agree to being called that name. I'm merely here as a third-party intervener
Okay.
on behalf of my client.
Mm-hmm.
Did I accept for value in return for value? We go through this every time I come here. Every time.
Right?
You bring up Illinois versus Allen when we had the issue of me being removed from the courtroom. We went through that where Illinois versus Allen states that there are three options when a defendant is being disruptive in court. You stated for the record that you identified a fourth one, which is not cited anywhere in that case. It's not cited anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So the
Mm-hmm.
question would be, how did you come up with a fourth option that's not written in that case?
Right.
Did you take it upon yourself to add this fourth option to justify denying me my constitutional right by being present. You could have done the three that were stated. Any one of the three you could have done that were stated in the case. Nowhere does it say you can create a fourth option. Not upholding my constitutional rights. I'm sure you know about Title 18, USCS 2381, which states that it's treason
Uh-oh.
not to uphold your oath of office.
No, he didn't.
Treason.
Oh.
You repeatedly make judicial determinations that clearly prejudice in my defense. And then when I question you about are you making judicial determinations, I'm repeatedly shut down.
Ooh, hey.
Which leads to today. The constant push not to have an informed jury. Not giving legal valid grounds on objections, not noting objections for the record to make sure that the record is clear. I'm sure somewhere in the jury instructions, you informed them that the state of Wisconsin was bringing a claim.
Not somewhere in the jury instructions.
But then you make the judicial determination that I'm not allowed to ask questions about the plaintiff.
What?
That's clear bias.
Okay.
And it prejudices my defense.
Prejudices.
You know also that you have an electronic filing system. I find it hard to believe that I was told yesterday about my subpoena for the plaintiff that I had to wait for a filing in a timestamp. And I've seen it done numerous times in just a few seconds right in front of my face. When the prosecution needs something filed, it's filed immediately. I have to wait, or I have to wait to the next day.
You're an inmate.
That's a clear bias and a clear prejudice to my defense.
Mm-mm. Oh, excuse me.
Obviously, the court knows that I'm not privileged to the same filing system. Which brings me to the reason why I brought up the issue of assistance of counsel. Under the Sixth Amendment, I have the right to assistance of counsel. It doesn't say anything about representing yourself without assistance of counsel.
Lies.
Having counsel represent you and having assistance of counsel is two totally different things.
Lies.
You, Your Honor, gave me paperwork that was a waiver of counsel.
Mm-hmm.
We both know that any contract can be altered if I don't agree to certain terms.
Lies.
I crossed out everything in that paperwork that I did not agree or consent to, and specifically wrote on that paperwork that I do not waive my right to assistance of counsel. At the very least, I should have been awarded a standby counsel.
No.
not someone to represent me, to speak for me, but someone to help me do things in a timely fashion,
Mm-mm.
get things filed in a timely fashion, get motions together in a timely fashion, make preparations to get things done that I don't have the privilege to do in my current situation of being housed at the Waukesha County Jail. I gave you back that paperwork and you accepted the paperwork that I altered, that you understood that I didn't agree and consent to those things that were altered.
Now, I have a question for y'all. I have a question, and don't get mad at me. Okay. He brings up a good point. If you are not allowed to alter a government document, right? And he did, she should have made him fill out one without altering it, right? Why would you accept it with him writing all over it? What y'all think?
You accepted it and you filed it. That is in the record. I have copies of the same paperwork that you accepted. So when you accepted that with no
Right.
objection, that becomes a tacit agreement. But yet I'm still forced to come in here with zero help.
Ah.
I think it's clear
Uh-huh.
that prejudiced my defense, knowing that the prosecution has everything that they need for this matter at their fingertips. And I have to jump through every hoop possible to even get things filed in a timely fashion. It was stated for the record that
I get that, but I still feel like she should have made him fill out another one. I still feel like she should have made him fill out another one. Just off the sake of being the person that he is. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it would have hurt anything to have him fill out another one and explain to him. I don't care if you sign it or not. You're not going to alter this form. That's another thing. I think like you I'm not going to go too deep into that, but I think she should have just made him fill out another one. It always got to be your way. I know. I watched all of that. I know. But my question is that it's one or the other. Either you sign it without altering it and you represent yourself or you don't. She brought what out? Him altering it? I don't know.
the unit that I'm housed in the Waukesha County Jail, and per jail administrator Angela Wallenhoff, that I'm only allowed out of my cell for a few hours a day. So I'm roughly locked down 22 hours a day, not given the privilege to access everything that I should be able to at the time that I should be if I was general population. Arrangements could have been made months ago for me to be at least in some form general population with an upcoming trial. Reference was made to being able to use LexisNexis or whatever it's called. We call it the law library. That may be the easier way to describe it. I'm only allowed to access the law library at certain times during the day. The rule of the jail is that when you're not in the day room, you can't access the law library, which is on tablets. We are not allowed to have those tablets in our cells. That prejudiced my defense. How can I work on my case? How can I look up certain case laws? How can I do any of this if I don't have full access to it?
Didn't they say it was on the tablet?
I even suggested some type of order that could be made by the court
Right.
to allow me more time out of my cell, or to talk to jail administration about allowing me more time out of my cell to be able to use those when needed. And to be frank, in a proceeding of this magnitude, there should not be even a time where I don't have access to the materials that I need. If I'm not in the courtroom or sleeping, I should be awarded the time to work on this case, seeing as how I only had a couple of days to prepare for a trial of this magnitude. Which brings me back again to the change of venue again.
Oh,
Even right now with trial going on, there's still political ads being shown every day that reference.
look, I would have been tipsy off of this wine playing spades by the time he got done. So didn't. Yeah, he did. Okay, but unfortunately, they didn't let him out the time that he wanted to go, and so he didn't get it done. Oh God, the foolery.
This incident. There's still talk throughout the jail
He
about it.
did.
There's been
And
a ton of
Sophie.
hate mail received to the jail since the beginning of this. It did die down for a little bit, but it picked right
Mhm.
back up the closer we got to the trial. Hate mail that comes from people right here in the city of Waukesha. Which gives more credibility to the venue needing to be changed. Yet and still, that was denied. It's impossible for impartial jury to be found in this county, and that's not to discredit people in the county that can be impartial.
We done circled the
It
block.
would be unfair to say that no one can be impartial. That would be accurate. But with the level of scrutiny that this whole incident has, the reporting, the Facebook groups, the constant, there were Facebook groups created because of this.
You right.
The reporting live stream on Court TV has comment sections where a lot of insensitive and nasty things are said.
Yep, so is. What can she do about
The
that?
sheer insensitivity of some of the things that are said on there.
Right.
I know a lot of people probably don't care about what I'm about to say, but it still needs to be said because it's truth. The fact of the matter is, that I have children too,
Right, right.
family too, loved ones too.
Well, see, his bald-headed mama is telling him all of this because I think I
That
remember hearing her, excuse me, when she spoke with the news outlets about that. I could have swore I heard her saying that she made a remark about how, it was over either on social media or something of that nature. I gotta sit and really remember, but I heard her mention that. So she, I'm sure was, or he could have been asking her like, different things, and she related back to him. Right. Right. Excuse me. Excuse me. He said it didn't make him flinch one bit, Sophie. Hey, Nancy. Right? Right? Oh my goodness. Oh, we right? Mm-mm, not at all. Mhm. Mhm. What did he have talking till the day was over? Probably. Like y'all said, he's trying to get a reaction out of her, and she's not giving him anything. She's probably not even looking at him. And he just repeating himself. Now, how long we been doing this? We at the 50 minute. We almost there. We have 48 minutes. I think we getting close, y'all. We getting close.
also have been ridiculed and had their names drugged to the mud and have threats towards them.
That's your fault.
Loved ones that had to leave their home because they were getting threats thrown through their mailbox.
Okay.
Children that didn't feel safe going to school because they were getting bullied behind what was being said. And that's not to sweep anything under the rug
Okay.
whatsoever. To constantly say and report this incident as attack, terrorism.
Well,
It's unfair and it's insensitive. It's a definite tragedy. Definite.
definite.
And that will never be swept under the rug. There's always going to be healing that has to take place. It's going to be difficult. And that should not be swept under the rug whatsoever. But it's very insensitive and unfair to not recognize that there's many other victims that never is talked about. And for people to paint a certain picture, mostly from this county, to put this picture out there, it's not only hurtful, but it's insensitive and it's not true.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure the court read through the motion for change of venue.
Okay.
I'm assuming, though it was a lot of paperwork in those motions. I think it was obvious that the venue should have been changed. Obvious. It's too many connections and it's too close. It's too close. If there was any chance for a fair trial and an impartial jury, it should not have been in this county. But yet it was denied without any validity. Zero. There's so much bias that's going on that and even with all this, for the record, we still have no proof of jurisdiction. We still have no bond on file in the docket sheet.
Oh God.
We still have no plaintiff. We still have no claim.
Oh my goodness.
We're not sure of the relationship between you, Your Honor, and a father of one of the people that was injured. We're not clear on that relationship, no matter how well prepared the speech was, because it was a prepared speech. That was obvious. Where's the proof? Just actually, that's my question. Can an affidavit be given that there is no bias, no conflict of interest, and no interest in the outcome of this case?
Right. He's circling the block now. Uh-oh. Okay.
There's no proof if you hold the full judicial power of the state, or is it the military power?
Oh Lord.
Mr. Brooks, I
Thank
think
you,
have 2
Jesus.
minutes to make your various arguments. You've now repeated yourself a number of times. So I'm going to turn to the state to see if they have any response.
Uh-oh. Come on, Sue.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Judge. Judge, I'm going to summarize what I just heard by quoting from a case from the Eastern District of Wisconsin, federal case found at 2022 Westlaw 3045190.
Can you repeat that last
I'm
one?
so sorry. 3045190. Retzloff versus Moran. This case is talking about many of the topics that Mr. Brooks has now recited to the court, and simply states the majority of Retzloff's filing is incomprehensible jargon and cut and paste legal mumbo jumbo. Sovereign citizen theories are frivolous and wholly without merit. The court goes on to cite to Bay, B-E-Y, versus the state of Indiana at 847, Fed 3rd, 559, on pages 559 through 560, a 7th Circuit Court of Appeals decision from 2017. Mr. Brooks knowingly.
I consent to being called that name, nor do I know any individual by that name, Your Honor.
Please do the courtesy of not interrupting the state, as they did not interrupt you for over the almost 50 minutes that you spoke. Thank you. Please continue.
Your Honor, the record is very clear that Mr. Brooks knowingly, willingly, voluntarily, and intelligently insisted on representing himself in this trial. He has no constitutional right to stand by counsel, none whatsoever. The court patiently went through the form and advised him of many of the things he's complaining about here today, the resources of the state, the knowledge of the law, his ignorance of the law. And his words to this court, and I quote to the best of my ability, "It don't make me flinch one bit."
That's what he said.
That's what he told this court, whatever it was, 2 weeks ago. Now he's here complaining over and over and over again how unfair this is to him. It's highly offensive. I don't know, because unfortunately I was talking to my investigator if he accused this court of treason, but I certainly heard that word come out of his mouth, and it is absolutely shocking that he would throw such a word around so loosely in this courtroom. This court has been exceedingly patient, exceedingly respectful of his rights at every turn. At every turn. I want to address this claim that he only had 3 days to prepare for trial. It's absolutely a false statement. The record should reflect that he does have 3 banker's boxes on his table. The record should reflect that every time the state calls a witness to the stand, he swiftly and easily turns to those boxes, which appear to be alphabetized or organized in some fashion by the public defenders who turned it over to him, and quickly removes the folder of the witness who's testifying and effectively cross-examines that witness using notes from the public defender. We know that because he's tried to confront witnesses with the notes from the public defender. He is not going into this blind or with one arm tied behind his back. They did all the homework, and he's simply sitting here reading their notes, reading their cross-examination questions, and asking the questions, and then going on to his ridiculous questions having to do with his belief in the sovereign citizen movement. There's no way this record would reflect that this defendant is not adequately prepared for trial. He's never asked for a speedy trial. He makes conflicting statements. On one hand, you violated his rights because it's taken us so long to get to trial. And on the other hand, we're rushing him to this case, and he hasn't had adequate time to prepare. He is not denied access to legal materials in the jail. The record is very clear from the jail administrator. It should not be confused. He misleads this court intentionally to say, I only get out of my cell 2 hours a day. That is a fact. That is for his own safety, so that other inmates do not inflict physical harm upon him. He has access to a tablet. He has access to a computer. Whether he chooses to ask for those resources is up to him. I would also cite the court to U.S. ex rel. George versus Lane, Lane, 7th Circuit Court of Appeals at 718 Fed 2nd 226, where a pro se defendant attempted to complain on appeal about his lack of access to a computerized legal research system, paralegal training, or law school education. The court rejected that contention and said, once a defendant has asserted his right to refuse counsel and conduct his own defense, he has no constitutional right to access those resources. And again, you warned him, Judge. You fairly warned him. And he basically acted as if you were insulting him and said it didn't make him flinch one bit. Much of the last 50 minutes, which this court has graciously extended him the opportunity to go on and on and on is nothing more than legal mumbo jumbo. He's reading from some typewritten transcript. I can see that from where I'm sitting. I don't know who's giving him these materials, but he has an agenda here. It's to stall, delay, disrupt, intimidate, and it's not going to work. Thank you.
Mic drop.
Your Honor, that's a load of crap.
Mm.
Mr. Brooks, that's my opportunity now. I gave you about 50 minutes.
I just want to object to the disrespectful comments that was just made. I'm not trying to hold you up from what you're gonna say, but that's a load of crap.
Mr. Brooks,
For her to sit there,
Mr. Brooks,
for her to sit
your
there,
objection is noted.
for her to sit there, Your
No,
Honor.
it's my turn. Let me go through this. I graciously gave you 50 minutes to raise all these various points that you want to bring up. I then gave the state an opportunity to respond. That is the proper procedure. I followed decorum. I followed civility. I did not interrupt you. The state did not interrupt you. Your objection to their characterization, it's noted for the record. I am going to render a decision at this point. Please listen, and please do not interrupt.
Mm.
As I indicated, the defendant spoke for about 50 minutes, raising a litany of complaints and issues and theories regarding his view of how this case has proceeded. Many of these issues, if not the vast majority or even all of them, have already been addressed by this court in one way or the other. Looking at, for example, his complaints about change of venue. It is true this court denied the change of venue motion. The court made a record at that hearing. I stand behind that record and that decision. The arguments made regarding that decision, which I would note he has yet to file an interlocutory appeal challenging that, are nothing more than speculative, without a basis in law or fact. To say that this jury is biased would be a complete miscarriage of justice and a mischaracterization of the process this court painstakingly took in order to obtain a fair and impartial jury. There is absolutely nothing on this record before the court throughout these proceedings to suggest that this is a biased jury. I stand behind my previous determination and the process that this court went through, including initially calling an unusually large panel for which the clerk of court's office sent the initial qualification questionnaire, and then ultimately a case-specific questionnaire was sent to approximately 1,400 jurors or potential jurors. There was ample opportunity for the parties throughout the proceedings leading up to the end of August to review those materials. There were numerous strikes for cause that this court entertained. Even prior to that specific hearing, the parties met, they conferred. The state agreed not to challenge the vast majority of the challenges to jurors brought by the defense. Then there was the hearing. Then this court, at jury selection, allowed for an indefinite number of strikes for cause. Many were granted, if not all. And then even on the day that the jurors were brought in, the court provided the jurors with a supplemental questionnaire dealing specifically with the issue of exposure to the political advertisements, and then each party had the opportunity to exercise 10 preemptory strikes, which is well above the number of strikes allowed for by statute, which would be 6 based upon the homicide charges, 1 extra for the alternates, which would be 7. But out of an abundance of caution and in the interest of justice, the court gave each side 10, for which many of those Mr. Brooks chose not to exercise. And then pursuant to state law, the clerk of court chose names to strike by lot. Again, there's nothing on this record before the court to suggest that this jury that we have is anything but fair and impartial. And I take issue with the characterization that they are anything but. They've been diligent, they take notes, they are attentive, they come to this court, as the case law says, there's a presumption that they come to the court without bias, and it's through the jury selection process that the parties and the court ferret out that bias. Many of the jurors who were brought in were struck for cause. Many others were not. But ultimately, we have a fair and impartial jury. As I listen to the litany of issues and arguments and complaints raised by Mr. Brooks, I would note that they are all unsubstantiated, conclusory allegations and assertions without an adequate basis raised in law and fact. There's been several misstatements by Mr. Brooks regarding either the record that's been made, items that's been provided to him, or the basis for the court either sustaining, I should say, or overruling objections, for an example. There's been a mischaracterization of his rights that he claims to have. As I have stated repeatedly, your constitutional rights are not absolute when you're in a criminal trial, meaning your First Amendment right is not unfettered. It is frankly no different why the case law is very clear. You can't yell fire in a crowded theater. No one has a First Amendment right to do that. In a criminal case, the parties have an obligation to follow not only the Constitution and the statutes that are applicable, but to follow criminal procedure, the rules of evidence. That is what circumscribes the rights that a defendant or the state has in a criminal trial. The issues you raise, for example, regarding subject matter jurisdiction are baseless, they're frivolous, and they're not anything this court needs to address further. The fact that you now are asking questions about whether this is admiralty court or a military court or a court of competent jurisdiction is frivolous. This court has jurisdiction over the criminal cases brought before it by the state of Wisconsin. In this particular case, these are allegations that criminal conduct occurred in the city of Waukesha. The city of Waukesha is within the county of Waukesha. This court sits as an elected official in the county of Waukesha to hear these types of cases. That is clear. The only argument or relief that I could discern through the course of those 50 minutes was Mr. Brooks's request that this case be dismissed for lack of subject matter jurisdiction. And as I have just indicated, this court has jurisdiction. It's not been raised. Let me rephrase that. The issue has not even been raised properly. There's never been a written motion. There's never been even an oral motion that would comport with 80201, which requires that the basis for the relief being requested be stated with specificity and be based in law and fact. The vast majority of the points that you raise, sir, are issues that you can raise on appeal. It is true, you have a right to an interlocutory appeal. I would not be the judge to decide any of those issues. So the fact that you complain about what I do, it's noted. The record is going to be very clear. All right. I have a court reporter who's taking down the record of everything that is said and done in this courtroom when we are on the record. And so I don't have to all the time say it's noted for the record because we're on the record. I sometimes do that to hopefully make it clear to you or to note it. I don't always do that, but I'm not required to do that. You raise issues concerning, I guess, plea bargaining. I have never been made aware that you would want to change your plea in this case, and that you're not aware of the state wanting to do that. That is the first time any such issue has been raised, and I see it as a distraction and as simply a statement made by you as part of the litany of things that you are not perhaps pleased with. As far as my conduct in this case, I already addressed those issues. I'm not going to revisit issues related to my familiarity with the father of one of the victims. That was done very early on. I made a very thorough record, and I gave the parties at that point an opportunity to address that after they had ample time to digest that information. While it's true you have a right to seek substitution of judge, it is not unfettered. There was a time limit for that. In fact, it was exercised because a prior judge was assigned to this case, and your attorneys on your behalf exercised that right of substitution. So to say that you have the right to seek recusal at any time would be a misstatement of the law. And even if you think that should be exercised or there is a valid claim for that, sir, it's not been raised in the proper way before this court. This trial will keep going. I still expect the basic rules of civility and decorum to be followed. That includes, sir, that when there is an objection to a question that you ask, that you wait for the state to indicate their objection and the basis for it. If I need additional information, I will ask for it. If I don't need additional information, I will rule on it. And I do expect that even if you disagree with that ruling, that you will abide by it and that you will move forward. Whether that's asking a new question, rephrasing a question that you've asked, I do ask that you follow that simple rule of decorum, and that's you not interrupt, and then you follow the rules of procedure. As far as the other issues you raise concerning your right to assistance of counsel, the record before this court over the many days that topic has been raised, even going back to the 2 afternoons of hearings this court held, I will not revisit those. I believe I honored your request to represent yourself as is required by the Constitution of not only the United States of America, but the Constitution of the state of Wisconsin. And that you made a very deliberate choice after being fully advised and aware of all the requirements that I needed to go through under the case law, both case law in the state of Wisconsin and case law from the 7th Circuit Court of Appeals, which not only guides this court, but this court must follow. I agree with the state and would draw your attention to the two cases that were cited. United States ex rel George versus Lane, found at 718 F second 226, and Retzloff versus Moran, found at 2022 Westlaw 3045190. I let you put on the record all of those points in order to give you that opportunity to make a full record of the issues that you have believed that you are entitled to raise. But those sovereign arguments regarding written findings of fact, bill of particulars, regarding contracts that you enter into, regarding admiralty court, etc., they're baseless, sir. And this court need not address them further. Now, with that, I know it's 11:30, but I would like to get one more witness on before at least we break for lunch. The jury, of course, has been out for quite some time. So I'll instruct Madam Clerk to bring the jury out.
You didn't
Oh my
bring up
goodness.
the Higgins Levine 415 US 533 decision. That was not addressed, and the issues are still not addressed. There's still been no proof to anything that you said, anything that the prosecution has said. It still hasn't been.
As noted, and we will continue. Bring the jury out, please.
There still hasn't been
Mr.
any
Brooks,
proof.
I've addressed them
There
to the
still hasn't
extent that
been
I
any
will.
proof. There still hasn't been any proof. I never once. The comment about me not flinching was when you said that there's 66 years of experience at that table. That's the comment I said that doesn't make me flinch. That was mischaracterized. That should be for the record.
Okay.
There's still been no proof.
Mr. Brooks, please stop. I'm not going to address whether there's verified proof or not of jurisdiction,
Because
whether
it's not.
there's anything along those lines. It is frankly not required under the law. You may disagree with that. You can take that up on appeal, whether that's an interlocutory appeal or whether that's a direct appeal if there is a conviction, but I'm not going to address it any further.
Because there's no verified proof.
There does not need to be, sir. All right, I
It does
believe the
need to
jury
be.
is coming out. Is that true?
In order for a case to.
All right, the
To
record
go
should
on, there should
reflect
be
that
proof.
the jury is coming out and we are about to continue with the state's next
Not
witness.
once was the plaintiff addressed. That wasn't addressed. Where's the plaintiff? Where's the injured party? That's because
The jury will disregard the statements presently being made by the defendant.
Because y'all don't want the jury to know the truth.
The jury will disregard those statements
I understand.
made by the defendant.
I see.
It is not his opportunity to
I
testify.
see what's
They are
going on.
comments and as such are to be disregarded.
I see what's going on. Ain't gonna work.
All right. Thank you, everyone. You may be seated.
Lord. Whew. Y'all. He is so mad that they did not play into his little emotions. Okay. We about to peace out. I'm sure everybody is tired. Okay. I'm ready to go to bed. It is 11. What is it? Is it midnight? Heck yeah. It's okay, Monica. We about to peace out. Right. It ain't gonna work. Ain't gonna work. So I did have a live scheduled for Wednesday. However, I think I may postpone it until maybe Friday night because we've been going pretty hard on here. So I'm gonna postpone it until Friday, and I think we're gonna do. What is Friday's date? Let me look real quick. Oh, it's the 15th. So cool. Friday we'll do the preliminary hearings, and I will do my best to try to find the ones that have the best audio. I know I tried to play one last week and the audio was really bad. So I'll do my best to try to find ones that have really good audio. I know some people haven't seen the preliminary hearings, and I think there are about 4 or, excuse me, 5 of them. I'm sorry, Monica. We've been going so hard. I think this is day 4 of the lives. So, we need a little break so everybody can kinda, decompress and, we can all come back on one accord or whatever. So we'll postpone until Friday. However, the other days this week, I will have other videos that you can watch, if you'd like. So I do appreciate you guys for coming. I don't know where Dog Mom went, but Dog Mom, stop beating yourself up, please. There she is. Don't beat yourself up, Dog Mom. We love you and we respect you, okay? Um, so yeah, so I'll see y'all in the chat on Friday night. We'll do about 8:30 and we're gonna watch all of these preliminary hearings. And if I find something else good that I can add, I will. Um, yeah, so y'all have a good week, a good night. I will see y'all later. Y'all be easy. Peace.